And welcome, Warrior fans. You are with the superintendent, Kyle Mealy, and the coach, the Sup and coach, John McGlothin. Once again, we are here on the road for the second week in a row. We are at Eastern Hancock, as you can see in the background of your video, just south, stone's throw south of I-70. Coach, we've been here before. 2 years ago we were here. That was the COVID year, or the year after COVID, I believe.
Yeah, that's right.
And then here we are tonight. They're getting ready to do senior night. We've got we're not going to give you any of that since it's Eastern Hancock. This is the Wes-Del Sports Network, so we're going to stay with our guys over there as they're talking. Coach, we had a pretty good trip in.
Yeah, it was
great
a nice
hospitality
trip
when we got here.
Yeah, they've been great to us. They've got us all set up here in a nice area in the booth, and I don't think we've probably had a better setup than this. So always great to be here right off of I-70. No easy way to get here off of I-70, but you can see it right over there.
Yeah.
And we're ready for some football. It's going to be a nice evening, looks like. It's going to be a great night for football. Another MEC here matchup for us, our first, I guess, MEC matchup. We'll be playing, a school that is coming off of a loss last week, but it's their senior night, and so it's probably one of those nights. It's an emotional night. Everybody does. Well, that's the one thing COVID's changed. Everybody does their senior nights and their some of that stuff earlier. Not always, but they have been doing them earlier in the year just to try to make sure they get them all in. So, we've run into this over the years where we'll run into a senior night or a homecoming night or something. So, it's for them it's a big night because it's senior night, and for us it's a big night because we're just ready for another game. We're ready to come out and play some football and ready to have a great evening here at Eastern Hancock.
That's right. It is their third. It's week 3. It's everybody's third game. And as we look back at Eastern Hancock, let's talk a little bit about Eastern Hancock. They are the Royals. They are blue and white. Obviously, on your screen, you can see them right down in front of their celebrating senior night. They're in the Mid-Eastern Conference. They came into the conference just a few years ago. Their coach, Pat Echeverria, is 24-15 in 4 seasons here with Eastern Hancock. He's had some pretty good teams. In week 1, they won versus Alexandria, 44-22, and in week 2, they lost versus North Decatur, and that's one heck of a North Decatur team that beat them 40-0. Some key players, Coach, you've got a few over there. Their quarterback is one of their main key players, and he's only a freshman, but I think you've got his yardage and his touchdown so far, and what's he done so far?
Yeah, he's just a freshman. He's passed for 282 yards already and 2 touchdowns on the early season. Both of those came against Alexandria because they didn't score last week against North Decatur. Like you said, a very, very good North Decatur team. And I said this was an MEC matchup. They played an MEC school because North Decatur in football is now part of the MEC. So they have played one game in the MEC. So, he looks like he's going to be a really good player. Anytime that you have a freshman that can go out and run the quarterback position, that he's got to be pretty well established. And so we'll be interesting to see how that plays. Like to see us put a little bit of pressure on him maybe at being a freshman just to see how that would go.
Well, then they've got the running back, this senior, number 2, Kane Sotelo. He is 6'3", 185, and Sotelo comes in with 210 yards rushing in 2 games. One of those games was a pretty big one, well over 100 yards rushing, and he has 3 touchdowns, so that's also a factor. And then their wide receiver is Voles. That's Cameron Voles. He's a junior, 5'7", 140. He has 158 receiving yards and 1 touchdown. Coach, you talked a little bit to our coaching staff, and they gave you some insight onto this offense. Obviously, we were here 2 years ago when they had a completely different quarterback and more experienced quarterback. But this is a program that likes to spread it and likes to throw it. So what did you pick up from Coach Hansen and Coach Knuckles?
Well, one of the things they want to do is limit big plays. They are an offense that doesn't want to just dink their way down the field. They'd rather do a couple plays, and then they're going to take a shot for a big play. So that's kind of how they've been designed. That's how this offense develops, and they're looking for the big plays. So we really want to limit those big plays when it comes to our defense. And then on both sides of the ball, we want to make sure that we don't hurt ourselves. We want to limit our turnovers. That's any sport. Limit your amount of turnovers. Don't give the other team more options and extra possessions. So we want to make sure we don't hurt ourselves. Well, take away the silly penalties and get ourselves ready to play on every snap because, it doesn't take much against a team that's looking for big plays, to make one of those, and then you're in trouble if they start stringing together and you give them the ball back on turnover. So we want to do both of those things, I think, are the biggest keys tonight. Limit their big plays and don't hurt ourselves. And
as we talk about Wes-Del, obviously a new coach, Matt Knuckles. He's 0-2 in his first season. We're a young team, and we are a low-number team this year, as we are I didn't count them before we came in, but I wouldn't say there's probably 20 in uniform tonight, maybe 19 at the most. That's what we've been running with. But those young kids are tough. A lot of them play both sides of the ball, and they've been giving everything each and every week so far. Again, this is a Mid-Eastern Conference game. We're coming into it 0-2. We lost to Clinton Prairie 46-6 in week 1 at home, and last week we lost to Tri-Central 34-0. Our key players, and there's going to be some changes tonight as you're watching, and you may not be up to speed, so you're hearing it here first on the Wes-Del Sports Network. But quarterback Triton Blevins, who comes into the game with 112 yards passing and 1 touchdown, has had a family issue, a loss in the family, and he is out of state tonight and will not be in uniform or playing. So we have freshman quarterback Carter Flynn, who's going to step in, Coach, and he's going to be taking some snaps. I think you talked to him on his way out today, and I think he had a good attitude coming into this one.
Yeah, I had a nice talk with him right before after school. He came in my classroom, and, he had a great approach. I talked to him about a little bit about games, and, I've been doing this a while, and so just wanted to get his read on things. And he told me, he said, I really don't have anything to lose. I'm young and a freshman, so if I go out there and do really well, then that's great. And that's what I'm expecting to do. But if things don't go well, there's really no pressure on me to perform. I was kind of, a freshman thrown into the mix here all of a sudden. But he also said he wasn't going to use that for an excuse. He looked like he was really excited about it. So I'm sure that he got the snaps the last couple of days with the first team offense, and he'll be ready to go. And it'll be interesting for him. You'll never forget that first game that you started as a freshman. So, thrown right into the fire.
And he is, but he'll be having some help. He's got a junior in there with him in the backfield, and that's Trey Adams, who's leading us in both rushing and receiving with 91 yards rushing, 84 receiving yards, and he has our lone touchdown on the season. Trey's a leader and leads by his play, and I'm sure he's going to be out there helping Carter. He's got some other leaders there on the line and also in the backfield, a sophomore who's really come on this year, Alec Thornburg, on both sides of the ball, but really in the defensive side, he leads the team with 19 tackles, and he's followed by Grayson Mealy, the sophomore linebacker, with 18 tackles. Now, Coach, something to mention about those two, Thornburg and Mealy are both in the top 30 for all of Class 1A for tackles, and they're in the top 10. Both of them are in the top 10 in the sophomore class in 3A, and that's something to be celebrated right now. I know they come in with those tackles, and a lot of times some of those were when Alec was at safety, and we always said early on, you don't like him to have to make those tackles, but he's not afraid to make them, and he's flying all over the field. I think they've moved him now to linebacker, and we're also going to see him more in the backfield tonight. So,
hey, smart coaching right there. I mean, if he's making a lot of tackles, let's move him up a spot.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So
we're going to put him in that linebacker spot and see if he can make those tackles before they get to the safety. And he'll also be getting a start tonight at running back. So he's going to get we're going to see a lot of Alec Thornburg, and he's bringing a real toughness mentality to the team. He and Grayson obviously leading in tackles, and both very quiet guys as far as their demeanor goes, but neither one of them back down from anybody. So it's fun to watch. Then you go back to Trey, and Trey has been on the stage a little bit as a varsity player. So, Carter and those guys, they need to lean on Trey a little bit tonight, and Trey needs to understand that, not to put the pressure on himself, but he also needs to understand that he's the guy that's been in varsity sports already. He's the guy that's been on the varsity football field and the varsity basketball court. So he knows what it means to be under the lights. So he can help calm those guys down a little bit and help get them in the right spots. So, all those guys are key to us. But just like anything, the guys on the line are so important, and everybody is a piece of it. When football, for sure, when things are going well, it takes everybody working together. So we'll be watching for all that. When you're a young team like this, it's nice to see guys that are sophomores leading the team. Not that we don't expect it from everybody, but if you're building towards the future, boy, you like seeing those young guys that are contributing and adding something to the team.
And we'll see a few more young guys out there, and I'll mention some of those. But tonight you'll see at fullback a little more than you've seen in the past. Number 14, Mason Skinner, a freshman, will have a few more carries. You'll also see freshman Brock Nauman as fullback, probably carrying the ball a few times. So there are a lot of young players that are going to see some action tonight. And we just, as always, got a supportive group of parents already showing up, more coming. And we know you at home that are watching will be supportive of this group, no matter what the outcome. But we also want to do a little housekeeping here and thank the major corporate sponsor of the Wes-Del Sports Network, and that is Star Financial Bank. They have upped their corporate sponsorship and their support of the Wes-Del Sports Network this year, becoming a major contributor. And by that I mean they are contributing to the program through not only the live stream of all the sports that we're going to be live streaming, they're supporting the Wes-Del Sports Network with the student side of things, and our producer, Mr. Romine. And they're also supporting the Huddle account for all athletes at Wes-Del, which brought us, and that's a significant donation. So we want to thank Trent Dowling and Star Financial Bank for their commitment. You'll also see in the right hand of your screen, you'll see our corporate sponsors for the athletic department. And as we get more of those logos, many of you will add to that as we continue to pick those up. And then obviously in the top left-hand corner, you have the Wes-Del Sports Network logo and the IHSAA. We want to thank our athletic director, Kai Denny, for giving us the setup here with
he's right over there.
He's right over there, and we have a great setup. And let's take a peek over there. How about that, Coach?
All right.
Let's see if I can get the camera.
Denny's talking to Mr. Richards, and let's see Tony Cox over there.
Yeah, we'll get zoomed in.
Everybody's over there getting ready for game time, right there on the sideline.
How much time do we have left, Coach?
We've got about 5 minutes till kickoff here.
5 minutes. There they are, folks. The administration and,
of course, we got assistant principal right there on being part of our
right
coaching
on the
staff.
sideline.
Yeah, and then assistant principal at the elementary on our coaching
Yeah.
staff. Our head coach.
We got them all.
It's a
family affair.
Family. We say family, we mean it here.
So they're almost wrapping up, I believe, their senior night here tonight,
Yeah,
and
looks
then
like
they'll
we're close
get
to the
into
anthem here, I think.
close to the national anthem, and we'll take an audio break as we get closer to that. So there's a good shot of the entire field for you folks. So as you get a summary here, the summary that Coach puts you through is watch the big plays. They like to go deep with the spread offense. They like to throw it deep. They have a freshman quarterback, but they have some veteran players at the other key spots in running back and receiver. So defensively, we have to be alive and awake in our secondary. And then for us, it's just about controlling the ball and controlling the clock. And those are your summaries, and just getting better as a young team each week. And at this time, they're going to do the national anthem, so we will take an audio break and leave the video up. You're watching Wes-Del Varsity Football on the Wes-Del Sports Network. And there you have it. Nice rendition of our national anthem by the Eastern Hancock Royal Marching Band. And beautiful night, Coach.
Yes.
We always got to give the weather report.
Yeah, it's beautiful out here tonight. It's, for being this close to the highway, it's quieter than I thought it would be. Every once in a while you hear one of those semis.
Yeah, they give us a nice
little honk there.
little
We
honk
heard
there. And nice little background there. But I will say this. The field is set up at a east-west, so you don't have the fans dealing with the sun, and we don't have to deal with the sun. But I don't think the fans really care about what we feel like up here and whether it's hot or cold.
Not really.
They're probably feeling great at home right now. I hope they're feeling great. If you're on and you're in the chat, go ahead and say hello. Julie Kirtley Swartz, good luck, Warriors, play hard. She's in the chat. And I'm going to, Coach, if you got any insight, let us know. I'm going to check our audio.
Well, it looks like we're about a minute away from kickoff here, so they'll call the captains out to midfield here in just a second, and we will see who gets the kickoff and who's going to receive and who is going to kick first.
We're good to go.
Good.
Got the audio working, so.
Here. 2 years ago, the other thing I remember is we were struggling to get online here. I don't think we got on right.
You had to walk away.
Yes.
I was not in a good place.
No.
But you know what's happened that's different? Mr. Romine, Mr. Producer,
yeah.
He gets us set up, and he doesn't travel on the road, which we don't expect him to, but he gets everything set up before we leave.
All we need is that.
That's all we need.
Yeah, because it really saves me a lot of.
I know. The fans know at home that you take so much pain, so much grief. Let's see what we get on the coin toss here, Coach. Have we gotten one this year? I haven't been keeping track.
We kicked off on week 1. I know that.
Yeah, I remember that.
But I feel like we received last week.
Fans, I want to apologize in advance. Again, on the road, we do not have the production team of the Wes-Del Sports Network, the students, or Mr. Romine, although he did the background work to help us. We are on our own in here, and I'm going to run a camera, a computer. Coach is getting better with the sound.
Yeah, I can run the sound.
You can run that sound. Looks like they finished up and exchanging pleasantries.
Shaking hands. And
we're going to find out right here. Wes-Del defers, and Eastern Hancock will receive.
Yes. So there you go.
Now we know. Strap in, folks. Hope everything's going well back in Gaston for you if you didn't make the trip. Getting ready to watch a MEC football matchup between the Eastern Hancock Royals and the Wes-Del Warriors. Week 3.
Get a pizza or something.
Go down to the Mill Street.
Nestle up on the couch to a loved one. And the way we figure, there's 5 or 6 people at home watching these games. So.
We always do that. And don't forget to call, send this to a friend, tell them, hey, they're on. They're on the Wes-Del Sports Network. It's Coach and Soup.
I got a few texts wanting to know if we were covering the games. I know you got a couple calls. So.
Oh, yeah. Well, I get calls to know whether they
haven't figured out we're doing them every week.
They need to mute the well, yeah, Mr. Dowling called me today, board member.
We're doing them all. We're doing
them all of them on the road, everywhere.
Just one we can't do, but we'd be there if we could.
Yeah, Ball State won't let us do it. So here we go, folks. Going to have kickoff on week 3. Wes-Del kicking to Eastern Hancock. I can't see who's back there, Coach. What do you got? 9 and
number 12.
12. You got a program right in front of you.
Yes, I do.
Gives you names.
Dylan Bowman, Cameron Bowles back to receive.
Ball's away.
There's a kick. Picked up at about the 25.
Got to make a tackle there. Ooh, great block. And stop there finally.
Looks like about the 42 is where Eastern Hancock will come out and start.
22-yard return on that kick, and it's going to be 1st and 10. And that looks like it's going to be on the 42 yard. 1st and 10 on the 42.
So here we go. We're going to see. This is their.
See if they go.
Like they're going trips.
I was going to say, you know better than me.
They're going trips right here. Now, number 12 is the guy we need to watch right here in the slot. Let's see what they do right away. They're going
Right
to
away,
the
they're
air.
going to throw. Right up the
Big
middle,
tight
the
end.
number 44 tackle made there by Grayson Mealy, number 54.
That's 44. Caden Rubel, he's a sophomore. Big tight end, 225 there.
Big boy.
And this is kind of what we thought they might do. They'll go a couple short ones, 1, 2, 3 short ones, and then they're going to take a shot at a big play at some point. So you have to really stay disciplined.
Second down, and then this one thrown to, it looks.
Number 12, what we talked about, that's Voles. He's their leading receiver right now. He's a junior.
Picked up quite a bit on that one. So they're coming out of the gate throwing, not messing around. That freshman
quarterback.
standing right in there, pretty tough.
Elijah Eden is the quarterback's name.
Eden with the snap, and now
sometimes it's a handoff, and there's a
this
good
is
play.
a good stop there.
You know, that's a good play by Brock Nauman. Hit was the first one to hit there.
Brock Nauman and
Cleaned
helped up by
there.
Grayson Mealy there. I like to see those young guys getting in there like that. Brock, a freshman, not hesitating, putting his head in there and making that tackle on the first run. Nice stop. Second down here for the Royals.
There's a fake handoff and a play again to the tight end.
Oh,
This
the
time
tight
he
end
drops
dropped it. They like that target so far.
Well, it looks like we're not giving up the big play, so we're giving up the short one. Now it's going to be this would be a big stop here if we could get them off the field here.
What do you got, Coach? 3rd and 9?
3rd and 10. Yeah, they're calling it 10 there on the board.
I don't blame them. Pretty close to the sticks there. See if the Warrior defense can hold here.
Really spread. Oh, there's pressure.
pressure.
Mealy just misses him, and the quarterback tucks it
him out.
away and
Knock
knocks
him out of there.
That's
There we
going to
go.
be short, so they're going to have a decision to make here. Almost tackled in the backfield by Grayson Mealy. We had a sack there. That brings up 4th and a little longer than I thought it was going to be. It's 4th and a long 3, maybe 4 yards.
See what they do. If they, last week, you know what they would have done. They had a kicker.
Well, they've got the
offense
quarterback still in.
So long 4th down and 3. Excuse me. Looks like they were going a hard count maybe. Now they're looking over.
Let's see if they are going to go for it or just try to get us to go offside. Just got to stay disciplined, boys. Down to 4 on the clock.
Voles in motion.
And they go ahead and play, and it's going to be an end around, and he picks up the first down and more.
He's still on his feet, moving. Finally knocked down there.
See who comes off the bottom of that pile. Looks like it's Trey Adams with the tackle.
So first down there, but some really, on that last set of downs, a really nice defensive set there. Like you said, we had some pressure on the quarterback, and we like to see that.
Right.
Again, mostly sophomores and freshmen. What do we got, a penalty?
Let's see what we have here. Repeat 4th down. We got a penalty, so that's going to back them up.
Illegal block.
Got a legal block in the back. So
we'll take it.
I didn't see the flag come out, but
I didn't either.
We'll take it. Must have been over here where we can't see on the sideline.
It's going to back him up quite a bit.
Actually, it's going to be about the same spot because the penalty was downfield
at the
a little
spot,
bit, which is a weird high school rule, but because that's really not much of a penalty. They get the play over. Let's see.
You run the same play here, Coach?
We'll see. I think they're going to fake it this time. Nope, gave it to him again. The same result.
Yep, finally knocked out. It was almost the exact identical play.
This time tackled by.
No penalty flag on this one.
No, this time the tackle was made by John Justin. So they get the first down anyway. Take another flag if we can find one.
Yeah, I would too. I noticed that so far we're getting back into the backfield. They seem to be allowing that, but that might be part of their scheme too. Because he doesn't seem rattled by that.
There's a fake sweep.
Ball's away. And touchdown for the tight end.
Right in front of.
It's a big tight end with the catch.
Yeah, right in front of Jacob Grant. You try to knock that ball loose if you can, but he's a big kid. You get around that shoulder and always forget about the big old semi-horn.
Oh, yeah.
That they like to take on the whole way in the road with them.
Yeah, everybody's got something.
Yes, they do.
See if they're going to go for 2 or if they're going to kick. Looks like they're going to kick.
official's saying something over here. I don't know what he's saying.
Yeah. I'm going to guess he doesn't know what he's saying either.
Well, looks like he needs the football, and I think they're going for 2.
Well, we have to have one. It's a new rule.
They don't have enough men on the field.
Okay, make sure we help them out.
And they're going for the field
They're
goal.
going for the field goal now.
Interesting how they line that up.
Yeah, I don't know what that does. I don't know what that does for anyone, but I'm not.
Yeah, what they'll do is they'll see what the defense does, and then if they like their matchups, they'll go for 2. Otherwise, they're going to kick it. A nice kick.
That one's away, and it's good.
And there's about 75. What you can't see is about 75 kids down there because it's Pee Wee night fighting for that football.
Yeah, we got them.
There they are.
There they are. They're down there fighting for that ball.
Yeah. It's kind of fun.
Yeah. Tackle made by
some kid.
Some third grader. So we are going to be coming out and receiving.
So we'll get our first chance on offense here. And again, we'll know that we gave up the big play there. They kind of worked their way down the field. Helped a lot by number 44, Caden Rubel, their sophomore tight end, who made a couple of nice catches on the drive.
You know what helped tonight?
What's that?
If I wasn't 5'9".
Well,
have you noticed?
I can switch your places.
No, I don't want you running this camera.
I know you don't.
Neither do the people at home. I do a bad enough job. Let's check the chat. We get ready to kick off here.
Looks like we have Jacob Grant and Trey Adams back to receive. Let's see if he kicks it as far as he did on that field goal.
Speaking of Trey Adams, his mom and dad are watching from Canada.
Okay.
We've reached international.
Hey. Canada, eh?
Trey with it.
Trey's around the corner. And
nice move, nice cutback, and then he's finally met.
Looks like it's going to be just short of the
Picked
25.
Picked up quite a few yards, though.
Be just short of the 25-yard line. So that's where the Warriors will come out and start their first drive with Carter Flynn at quarterback, as we mentioned before. Carter will be out there taking the snaps tonight. So.
Triton is dealing with a family issue out of state.
Not sure how many times you'll see this in varsity football, but 2 freshman quarterbacks going against each other.
Yes.
See what kind of offense Coach Hansen draws up here for us. Got Thornburg behind him at running back.
Here it is.
The handoff, and it's loose, and it's a fumble.
A fumble right away, and I think
they came up
Eastern
with it.
Hancock came up with it.
There's an initial signal. Yes, it is.
They did.
And that was just loose, and there's a little bit of nerves probably for a couple guys in new positions.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
Coach will get over there and talk them through it.
The good thing about it is we've talked about it all year long. If there's anything that's going to happen, it's going to be, and I can see it right now out the window, one of the most positive conversations because they're young, folks. They're young, and they've got to figure this out. But the only way to figure something out is by going in there and then.
Well, the game's quick, and you're watching how quick the game is, so you want to get that handoff. And, one of the things you want to do is secure that, make sure it gets in there. But watch now, a lot of times teams like this that are
they'll hit right after
teams,
a turnover.
They'll
hit.
Yes, they want to go after something big, and here they go.
And that's what they're doing.
They're going to throw a long pass across the
middle.
He's open.
He's wide open, and that's touchdown.
And they're going to see if they dropped it. It's a fumble. They're calling it a fumble. And Trey Adams is going to recover that. They're calling that a catch and a fumble.
Yeah, they did.
So he was short of the end zone, I'm guessing.
That I didn't even see that thing. That at the last minute, it squirted right out of there, and Trey Adams was all over it.
I thought he was in already, but it must have been at the 5. It's always so hard to tell up here.
But you could see the reaction from Trey Adams. It was instant, and he was to the back of the end zone to get it. So heads-up play by the junior.
I think that's.
Does that bring it out to the 20?
Should. Yeah. I'm waiting to see where they place it. And, yeah, the official's got the ball. He has to go get a Wes-Del ball, and he's bringing it over here to the 20. So, what a big play.
Yeah, that was a touchdown, folks, if you were watching at home.
I'm not sure who was on coverage there to knock it loose, but I know Trey Adams recovered it.
Great job by the Warriors. And they get it right back. So, hey, once again, you make a mistake on the offensive side, you just learn from it and you move on. Let's see what we can do here.
There's a play end around to Trey. Nice little pick
Adams picked up a few yards on that carry.
He's chugging along, and I'm thinking he picked up about 4.
Adams Trey on the carry for the Warriors.
He may be more than that. Looks like a 5-yard pickup.
Taken down by Garrett Shaw and Brady over the rows.
He's at the 24, so they're going to,
5-yard gain.
because he's between the 24 and 25, I believe. So they're going to call that 2nd and 6, but it's maybe a little closer to 5. Let's see if we can settle these nerves a little bit, put a drive together. There's a fake. This time it's the Thornburg. He just missed. Hit the hole, but just missed it and got tripped up. He was able to fall forward, and that's the key. He picked up about.
He picked up 3 or 4 on that carry.
So that's going to be third and manageable.
It is.
I'd like to see us.
We've got 2/3 of the Romine family watching.
Okay.
Mr. Romine, Mr. Producer, is getting ready for the K. Saunders. Coach, you've got a full day tomorrow.
I do. I'm going to be announcing a lot of games tomorrow. So tune in tomorrow. We'll talk about that a little bit later. Let's see if we can pick up this first down here.
3rd down. Here we go.
Look, they're shooting the hole there, and it's going to be close, and I don't think he got it.
No, but I think he's back to the line of scrimmage, if anything. So it's going to be 4th down. Let's see what they do. Now, Carter's usually our kicker.
I know.
So that's kind of a mix for you. You've got the quarterback that drops back to punt, so you never know. He might fake it. But I don't think this early. Then again, Coach may be aggressive here and go for it.
Taking a couple guys out, that leads me to believe that
they're going to kick.
This is going to be a punt.
I watched this week. Carter's been working on his kicking. And he's really trying to get the reps in.
That'll work.
And that one right there works really well.
That'll be fine, just fine.
And there you go.
That'll be down to the 41.
As you can tell, he's been working on it, as I said, right on cue.
Get that thing rolling.
All right, in the chat here, let's look here.
Keep rolling.
Hey, I like this one.
Okay.
I like this one a lot. Terry Thornburg is watching.
Yeah.
Obviously, relation to, I'm going to assume, Alec. And he works for Pepsi, and he told me to try the Citrus Kick Gatorade. Remember I talked about Citrus Cooler?
Did. Yeah, you did. I remember
I'm excited about that. I'll tell Mrs. Mealy to be looking for that when she goes
it's hard to get
shopping.
2. I'll try it also.
All right.
I don't drink pop.
Well, they're going deep.
I drink Gatorade.
They're going deep
short.
Here. Oh.
They threw the underneath route. We've done a decent job covering long, so that was intended for.
Cameraman thought they were going deep, and
Aaron Redmond
about came out of his shoes trying to get there for you folks.
You know, they have a lot of guys over here on the sideline, but they don't have a lot of seniors.
No? Well, we don't have a lot of guys on the sideline, and we don't have
no, we don't.
a lot of seniors.
So they're going to be young for a while.
Yeah, that's not
good.
good.
Get better.
Yeah.
Well, that won't matter. There we go.
That one's away. Let's see if we can pursue here. Get there.
Nice
tackle.
Corbin Price.
Corbin Price with a nice tackle right here.
That was 32 for them on the carry. That's Peyton Spear. He is a senior.
Picked up probably 6, maybe 7 on that carry, but a nice tackle by Corbin Price.
Yeah, he was Corbin Price away from breaking that and getting the first down, but Corbin said, no, I'm going to make this tackle. Nice to hear Corbin saying we need to get him more involved.
3rd down.
There's
looking to pass.
Across the that's way high. So I'll bring
and that is incomplete. It's going to be another 4th down.
Now they have a decision to make.
Trey Adams, I believe, on the coverage, but that one was overshot quite a bit.
I think what they're going to end up doing here is handing it off to this running back and go around the outside left side if they go for it, which it looks like they are.
All I'm thinking about is how good the fishing is. I need Jason Adams to tell me how good the fishing is in Canada.
Oh.
Yeah. I know he's been out.
There you go. They're going to throw it. And, he just barely had it on. We got to make the tackle here.
Hanging on. It's a big boy to bring down, folks. And that was thrown behind him.
Lucas Young finally brings it down. Yeah,
he made a nice athletic move to catch that.
He caught it and held on because it looked like he wasn't going to. Now here they go, quick offense while we're tired and trying to reset. And the clock starts so they can go as quick as they want to, and they do. Hand off to 32 around that left side again. Forced out of bounds there by John Justin, number 4.
This is tough. They're smart to take advantage of the fact that we don't have a lot of guys and we play both sides, so they're moving quick on us here in the first half, Coach.
I think that's probably how they play, though.
Yeah, I don't think they're taking advantage of us.
Yes, it is. It's not going to play in our favor. No, you are correct about that. That is not going to play in our favor.
Here they go to pass
quarterback
again.
back, trying to find that tight end again. Well, I think as the year goes on,
they're going to use him a lot.
That's going to be a connection.
Look for him to have quite a bit.
Yeah, his numbers are going to continue to go up.
Number 44.
He only had 2 receptions coming into tonight.
Caden Rubel. Wonder if he's any relation to
4 receptions.
The Coach Rubels that we know.
I doubt it.
Okay,
Looks too athletic.
that's probably true.
I was going to say there's a false start. Number 12 was moving early.
They're going to get him for it.
So far, so good with this crew.
Citrus kick. Terry, I'm on it, man.
Citrus kick. I wonder what color citrus kick.
Don't say that too many times.
I
Coach is going south
can't
on
say
you.
it once.
Yeah.
I
mean, citrus. It's going to be an orange or a
green.
Why?
I don't know. Sometimes they get crazy and do like a white clear color.
It's like cherry. When they do the cherry white. Isn't that the frost?
Ice.
Whatever.
We'll call it ice or something. There's another catch. This might be a touchdown.
This is going to be a touchdown.
He's going to walk himself right in.
They have thrown to that kid, Rubel, about 80%, 90% of the time.
Well, obviously like that matchup. They do like that matchup. And it's worked so far. That slant across the middle, we're having a hard time covering that.
You can see the clock. I can't. What do we got?
6:18 here in the first quarter.
Okay. Chances they kick are probably pretty high.
That first kick was nice, and let's see if they keep working on that. Would assume that would be a nice weapon to have later in the year. That gets that nice and high. And caught again by
my favorite there was
youngster.
watching the officials look up through there.
See if they could figure it out.
And there's
something going on.
Something going on. It's good to see that out here. They won't scatter when that happens.
Well, I'll tell you, if it isn't something booming over here in my left ear, it's a car semi-horn, train horn in my right.
Did you smell that grill when we came in?
I did, yeah. That's what I was hoping you were going for.
When we walked out there?
Well, we're in this booth by ourselves.
Yeah, I know.
When you started that sentence.
That could happen too. You never know. Anybody out there that you want to talk about, Coach? Anyone you see?
I see. Yeah, I saw Tony Cox earlier.
Tony Cox,
we got to have a nice chat with Tony. Always awesome to talk to Tony. I'll spend the day with him tomorrow. While in between live streams, I'll spend a lot of time talking with him. And so yeah, I saw him over there. I saw, like I said, we saw athletic director, Mr. Denny. See our cheerleading coaches over there.
There's just enough cloud cover. We haven't had any sun tonight.
Nope. And there's a little pooch kick, and that's going to be caught at the short. Oh, nice move.
Got some
Keep
room.
moving.
Got some room there.
That was Branson Dalton who made the catch and got a nice pickup.
Made a little move there.
So we should start with good field position here on the 40. That official we talked to before the game, he reminds me of Lovey Smith.
I know. Big guy.
Yeah, he's a big guy.
Nice
guy? Yeah.
Listen.
Oh, he was nice.
I saw him close up. This is what I'm going to tell you. Great official.
Yeah, you're not going to say anything
No.
bad about the officials tonight.
Because
he was nice, though. He was really
They could pack me in my back of my bed of my truck and lock me in there. So they're big fellas. Yeah, there's a couple I might
say the white hats.
The white hat. Well, he's protected.
Here we go.
Adams in motion.
Thrown
pitch
back
out
to
there. Is that Thornburg?
Thornburg. He needs to try to cut it upfield.
Yeah, I was going to say he's going.
That's one of those he'll learn the more reps he gets.
He was trying to find the hole, but
sometimes you just have to pick one and go. You can only string that outside for so long, and then you got to just dive, put that head down, and try to get back at least to the line of scrimmage. So loss of a couple, but that's something that'll come with more reps.
It's going to get a lot better over the years.
Absolutely, and more reps you get, the more you figure that out. So.
And
I think, actually have to call him over and talk to him, and that's what they'll tell him. I mean,
yeah,
he's going to go over there. He's going to get a quick drink.
and they're trying. I think, like I said, several guys in and out.
Going by committee here. I think this might be Mason Skinner right there, and he gets a chance.
And
He was driven backwards.
They're going to need to. Somebody missed a block.
Yeah.
And Mason might remind.
Poor Mason. He got drilled last week, too.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he's popped right up, though.
Yeah, he's a tough kid. Mason's a tough kid.
Here goes third now, and it's going to be third and long. They're calling it 14.
Something about wearing the headset in here makes it hot.
I think it's just hot in here. I mean, there's no air moving.
It's just
we
what
do have
it
a
is.
fan,
It's just
but
hot. Here we go. Going back to pass.
He's got him. If he can get
Picked off.
It's going to go the other way, and that's number 2 for them.
He's got blockers.
Statello. He's got blockers in front of him. Somebody needs to make a tackle, and they didn't, and he goes in for a touchdown. On senior night, that's one of their few seniors.
Yeah, no flags.
Kane Sotelo was able to take that back. Wasn't a terrible throw.
No, Carter
there's
had
a
a good
flag.
throw.
There's a flag.
Is there a flag?
I think we're going to get a block in the back, so the touchdown will come back, I think. It'll be a hold or a block in the back. Calling it on 44, they said.
That's the big tight end,
Rubel. I think that's what they said. It was either 54 or 44. So that's going to back them up a little bit and at least give us a chance here to come out on defense and stop them here.
Well, most of our offense will stay right there and just turn around and play defense.
Yeah, most of our guys are going to get a workout tonight.
And the color of Citrus kick is orange.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Yeah, you sure did.
Tight end in motion again. Handoff this time to.
That's Brock Nauman, I believe, 52.
Brock Nauman made the tackle. That was 24 for them. Mark Kuby, he's a freshman.
Brock Nauman, a freshman, on the tackle. Boy, a lot of young guys playing football here in Eastern Hancock tonight, and both sides of the ball. That's the story of the night. So I need to take the. By the way, I need to take the 6 off.
Yeah, you do.
Let's fix that.
Well, 14-0.
I got it. All right. I'm getting there. I got to run the camera, too. I mean, I'm just.
Need help?
Just sit there and look pretty.
There's a fake handoff this time. Drops back plenty of time. That's going to be up and almost intercepted.
Is that Trey Adams?
Almost intercepted by Trey Adams.
He was all over that.
He was right there, too. Actually, probably a good play by their receiver to knock it out of Trey's hands. They had to kind of turn around and play.
Very athletic play.
He had to turn around and play defense on Trey because Trey was going to make that catch. Good defense there.
Well, I'm jealous. The fishing in Canada is great. It's the best it's been in years. Of course it would be.
Yeah, well,
yeah.
COVID's over. The fish are back.
They took the masks off.
Yeah.
The fish don't have masks on.
They weren't biting when they had the
No,
mask
they
on.
couldn't bite through the mask.
Here we go. Quick. Tried to find
that's
that.
Trey again, isn't it?
They tried to.
No, that's Alec Thornburg.
They tried to find 44 again there.
Alec Thornburg was in on that one. So Trey and now Alec almost had one.
44 there with the chance, but it was they keep trying to go to that. Like
they have a girl in the school that isn't a cheerleader. Look at their whole squad.
That's a lot, isn't it?
Well, it stretches halfway around the track.
Wow. There's not going to be enough room in the basketball floor for all these girls. We have to come here this year.
We got some. That's
going to be movement.
I heard a whistle.
Anytime it's before the play, it's a false start, so that's going to back them up. Now it's going to be 4th and about 10 after that 5-yard penalty.
I'm going to tell you right now, I've been impressed with our defense and getting through the line. And
well, this is a tough offense. If you think about our guys going against our practice, when you have this few numbers, it's hard to simulate an offense like this.
No, you can't simulate this.
So this is really the first time they're getting a chance to play against something like this live.
Maybe we should go out there. You're kind of Uncle Rico style.
Yeah, we'd have won.
You could throw it around. Yeah, we'd have won state.
Throw it over that mountain, I think.
He's going to throw it over the mountain or try here.
Here it is, right in the middle, and that's a catch.
That is a great catch by Vols, and that's why he's their top receiver.
Hit him right in the hands, good catch. Good, great pass.
That's where you want to hit him, right in the hands.
Trey was right there.
He was right, yeah. That kid has 13 receptions coming into this one for 158 yards. Well done, Coach. You saved me there as I was looking at the stats.
Yeah, trying to help when I can.
You're getting good. 3 years of this.
I know these guys are quick.
Yep,
There's
they are.
a fake handoff and another pass, and that's intercepted.
Intercepted.
That's Grayson Mealy with an interception right there.
Grayson Mealy with the
Great
interception.
hands. He's figured out, hey, I'm going to stay with 44 because they're going there a lot. So Grayson Mealy gets, I think, her first career interception.
Believe me, it is.
I didn't think he had one last year.
No.
That's great hands and a great read by Grayson. Stepped right in front of that. Hey, you want to go here one more time? We'll step in front of him, see how that works. So Grayson gets his interception there, and
well, and as a dad, you know how it is. You watch your daughter. As a dad, it's a great moment for a dad.
It's a proud moment, yeah. Such an awesome moment there for him to play. It's just smart football.
Well, you know what I'm happy about is I've screamed at him his whole life how to catch, anything, and he actually caught it that time.
Playing linebacker too, so he's going to see 44. That's
Whoa!
There's the flag.
Is that on us or them?
We're going to see.
He got a
defense. That's defense.
I was going to say he got a heck of a start right there.
He thought he had the timing down. And
he did. He thought he was going to jump it.
And if that's the case, then Carter needs to change his cadence up just a little.
Yeah, I agree.
3:18 to go here in the first quarter. The way they throw the ball is going to slow the game down. Now, we are not so much on our side, but.
No. Here we go. Let's see if and again, on that last possession, Carter threw a nice ball. It wasn't his fault. A good athletic move made there. There's Trey Adams. Got a nice block there to get initially up the hole there, and I think he picked up 4 or 5, maybe.
He was running right behind Grayson Mealy, who was pulling on that play. And that'd be a good guy to run behind. So he picked up a couple. That'll bring up second and about 4.
Great run there by Adams. Second down, here we go. Carter Flynn.
Ooh, he's trying to bark him offside.
He is. I like that.
Oh, and there's a fumble. He picks it up, though. Throw it away. Just throw it.
Throw it. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. Get rid of it.
Oh, that could almost be a slam right there to the ground. But so he's going to lose quite a bit. They're going to call him down by contact at about, what does it look like, the 10.
Did they say that forward progress? Like, did they stop forward progress?
Yeah.
That was probably a good call. But if they didn't, Coach, you're right there. If they didn't hear that whistle, though.
That's one of those. It's a catch-22.
The kid wasn't trying to hurt him. He's playing to the end of the whistle.
Yeah, well, the other thing for Carter is, do you pick it up and try to make a play there, or do you just fall on it? Well, he's trying to make a play, just like any kid would. And unfortunately, the defensive lineman got through there. So here, bring third and long. It's going to be a handoff.
He got through on that one. Can't see who that was carrying the ball.
It was close to a safety. I think it was Thornburg. It was.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was close to a safety, but we got it just out of bounds.
We're almost under a minute now, aren't we, Coach?
We are at 1:35 here on the clock, and it's be 4th down, so Carter needs to come up with a big.
He's going to have to boot one here.
Big kick here and kick it away from 12. He's going to have to do it quick because he has no room back there behind him. So.
Yeah, he is really pinned in there.
Nice snap by Grayson. Nice high kick. Let's see. He's going to try to return it. He does. Picked up about the 40. And going to be tackled.
Nice tackle there by 2 Warriors. That's going to be 67. Is that Bray?
62, sorry.
Is that Bray Hill?
62. That's Bray Hill.
I couldn't see who else came up. I wanted to say it might have been 4.
John Justin, maybe?
I think so. But Bray Hill made the initial.
So staying down at this end of the field.
And they like to just come right after it with the throwing.
Let's see if we can step in front. Where's 44? He's over on the left side now. But he likes to slide across that slant pattern right across the middle, and he's a big target. Now Brock Nauman's on him to start with. And get those hands up, Brock. Trey Adams with the hit.
And finished off Trey with a nice tackle to get to him.
Luke Powers finished it off.
Yeah, Luke Powers, another kid, another young, great prospect for us is Luke Powers.
Yeah, Luke's got a really high ceiling. He's going to be a good football player.
You think 44 plays basketball? Because we might be Seen a lot of him, too.
Yeah, I don't know. He's only a sophomore. He's 6'3", 225.
Coach, they're pretty good in basketball.
They are. They're gonna have a good. They'll have a good season this year. They got a good team back. They've graduated a few, but got a couple of good players coming back, so they'll have a nice year. There's a pass over to number 12. Nice catch again. Initial hit, and then in for a touchdown. Hit initially by Corbin Price, but he was bounced off of that and right in for the touchdown.
Blocked by the window on that one, folks. Sorry, but we do have our limitations tonight. Great setup.
It was number 12.
We just missed him going in, but it was
Voles
with it. That's Voles' I believe, his second receiving touchdown on the year. So
Here they go for a kick with 15 seconds left. See if they can get the extra point. Almost blocked that time. But it goes through, and it's good. So that'll make it 21-0 with 15.1 seconds to go.
we'll stay with you. We've stayed this is the longest we've ever gone, Coach, without a break.
Well, yeah. Let me mention that tomorrow, what's going on tomorrow.
Yeah, you do that.
Tomorrow we have the K. Saunders Classic, 13th annual K. Saunders Classic at Wes-Del. There'll be 8 teams coming in for a pool play style tournament. It starts with Wes-Del playing their first game at 10 o'clock. I'll be on there tomorrow at 10. It's I believe we have Wes-Del versus Hagerstown to start that first game. And then the Wes-Del plays again at 11 o'clock against Blackford. And then they'll have a game off. And then at 1 they'll play, I believe, let me think off the top of my head, I think Missinawa. So a lot of volleyball tomorrow. Then what happens is the other pool will play at the same time. We'll have 2 courts going. We'll also have 2 live streams going. I'm not going to call both games.
You can't?
I'll try.
What's wrong with you?
Well, I'm going to do just the Wes-Del ones.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
So anyway, we'll have, once the tournament the pool play is played out, we'll have a crossover game for first, second, third place games and all that stuff. So good day of volleyball tomorrow.
I'm excited to see it. Can't wait to see the ladies bring that one home.
Trey Adams with the catch. Going to try to push it to the outside.
Get out there, Trey.
And he'll pick it up to about the 27.
You can't have much time remaining over there, Coach.
8.7 seconds to be exact.
We are going to take a break at the quarter, an audio break for you. So
I would say this will be the last play.
I can't get citrus kick out of my mind.
Okay. Well, we can try to stop and get one if you want on the way home.
Well, we'll probably be looking for food. Wasn't much on the way down. Well, I guess there's Anderson, but you're almost home at that point.
Yeah. There's a handoff up the middle to, who is that? That's Thornburg to carry.
That's going to end the quarter, I believe.
It does right now. There's the end of the first quarter.
So after 1, it is Eastern Hancock 21, Wes-Del 0. You're watching Wes-Del Varsity Football on the Wes-Del Sports Network. We'll be right back. You know, last week I talked. We're back.
And we're back.
And we're back. But last week I talked about my favorite Gatorade. I don't think you ever mentioned yours. Did you?
You said Citrus Cooler was yours, right?
Yeah.
The old-timey?
It wasn't old-timey. It was in the 90s.
That's old-timey, though, these kids.
You were a 70s kid.
It's true. I was drinking it out of glass bottles.
They didn't even have it.
Yes, they did.
It was just made.
Glass bottles, yeah. My favorite's probably the blue one now. I kind of like the blue.
Oh, you're that guy.
I mean, I'll drink
It's like
any
you're drinking
of them.
Kool-Aid.
I'll
What
drink-
flavor are you drinking? Red?
I'll drink any of them.
So that's how I knew I grew
guess
up in
blue's
Eden.
not a flavor, is it? There's a pitch to Trey around the
Come on,
outside.
Trey, get a block.
Nice tackle made
Nice
there.
tackle made there. Trey's shifty.
Sotelo.
Trey's saying, just give me one, guys. Just one block.
This will be 3rd and about 9.
I still like our guys' effort. To
They
be honest
do.
with you, I love our guys' effort. They don't ever, this is a great group. They don't ever get
Listen, if you don't
discouraged.
wanna- if
My
you don't-
son will say that to me. He'll come home and he'll say, so you have insight for those of you at home, he will tell me. Such a positive, it's positive in that huddle. They're all taking care of each other. They're all helping each other out.
Listen, you're
And-
going to work hard and play hard, and if you don't want to be part of that, then these guys don't want
They
you
don't
on
want
their
you
team.
there. No.
So they want you. They
want the guys-
and they're all positive. I see
They
them in
are.
the hallway. That's great. I love it. And that starts with good coaching. And
Carter
there's a
throws
nice
that one.
catch
Nice
for
catch.
Trey.
Trey Adams, that's a first down. Blow the whistle, boys.
That's good. They're trying to let him keep those feet chopping, but at some point I think he will.
Well, I mean, he's also our point guard.
That's true. So
Blow the whistle.
Blow that whistle. Nice.
Nice play there,
pass.
Carter.
Yeah, nice touch
Carter
on that.
Flynn.
Nice touch on that.
Did you see how he just got it above that linebacker
Did.
who was right there spying him?
I saw that. It was awesome.
I'm starting to look. 3 years. I'm starting to use terms.
Get you there.
I don't think we will. I'm telling you what. Next week, I'm going to have a citrus kick in the booth.
All right, bring one for me.
Okay, I'm going to buy a case.
Okay.
I'm excited.
There's a handoff.
That's Skinner, isn't it?
That's
14.
That is Mason Skinner with his second carry. He
Yeah.
liked that carry a little better than the last one.
Yeah.
Hey, we'll pick up some positive yardage.
Got
on
a
that
yard
one.
out of that easy.
Yeah, he was running hard. Feet were churning and moving, and he was ready to find that hole. He was going.
They didn't make blue in the 70s.
No, they didn't.
You know, you're lying.
Oh, there was one flavor in the 70s. That was it.
What, it was just called Gatorade?
Yes.
Was it orange?
No, it was like that.
Well, it was Gatorade because wasn't it designed by
Yeah,
Florida?
at Florida Gators for
Yeah.
the football team. But it was
What do we got
that
here?
lime,
Timeout.
that lime flavor, the original lime.
Timeout, Wes-Del. That's a good timeout. Our guys need it. Let's stay with
Well,
you.
if you don't like something, then call timeout as a coach and get everybody on the same page. You can see those linemen over there. They need a drink. Get
That's
a quick
usually
drink.
me on the sidelines yelling at you.
Call timeout?
Call timeout, John.
Yeah, I only get so many of them. I have to remind you guys.
Yeah, well, you take 5 usually into the fourth quarter.
I do so a lot of times. I'm stubborn.
Yeah.
When you thought there couldn't be more cheerleaders,
Holy
they
moly.
just added all the little kids.
Well, we got to get.
That's fun. Maybe that's why. Maybe the middle school cheerleaders are out
It
here
might
with them.
be, but there's
There's a lot of cheerleaders
A
out
lot of cheerleaders, folks.
Good for them.
And they're doing a great job. But, I mean, they've got a lot of cheerleaders. And again, a lot of those are the elementary and middle schoolers, I'm sure. Otherwise, they've accelerated their freshman program down to
Well, the kids
The
look
elementary.
younger and younger, but every year. But I don't think that's
no,
pretty
I don't
young.
think that's going pretty young.
So here we come out of the timeout. Let's see what Coach
Second
Hansen,
and 9.
Coach
Second and
Hansen
9.
has up his sleeve here.
Houdini Hansen.
He's looking at his play sheet over there.
The way.
Go to Trey, get him out in
Trey
space.
what do we got? We got a flag
I
right
think
here.
that's going to be a hold on us.
We got a
Or
flag.
chop block. Let's see what they call.
Well, good old chop block. There's nothing. Let's see what he does here. Here he comes. Here he comes. Going to talk it over. What do you got? I got wings.
Hey, did you?
I got wings at B-dubs.
Maybe I shouldn't even bring this up about.
Well, that's scary.
Well, I was going to say next week the technology that we're adding on our football field. Do you want to wait till next week, or you want to talk about that?
Tell the fans at home about the microphone.
Well, I guess if we keep hitting around, we're going to just finally tell it.
The official's microphone. We're going to have it. Mr. Denny's going to kick it out there. So those of you that are watching, you get firsthand news here at Wes-Del Sports Network, but at Paul Parker Stadium. They have worked on it this week. I actually saw it in action, and there will be a NFL college-style microphone for the official.
For our officials, so they can announce and then probably say what number and whatever, everything that's happening.
Just as long as they don't pump in audio to their ear from the Wes-Del Sports Network,
Yeah, they don't want
and they
to.
can hear what I'm saying.
Yeah, they called a chop block on Luke Powers. I saw that one coming from up here. It was just a low block. I mean, he wasn't trying to hurt anybody. I think, when you're young, you're giving up a little bit of size. You're trying to give.
He gets
Trey
away with it.
Room,
It's a great block.
Right. So here we are, backed up a little bit now. Oh, fake. Oh, that one, Trey. It's loose. Get on that, Carter. All right. Good job. Please get a lot of help up here in the stands.
Well, I think that's one of the kids' dads.
Well, yeah.
And I cheer for him, too. What is it tonight? Is it because we're just off of 70? Is it construction? Is it?
What do you mean?
In the student section.
Oh, I can't see them. Let me see.
No.
Yeah, it looks like neon or construction.
What is that?
I-70 construction.
I-70 construction.
That's what it should be because the I-70 has been in construction for about 20 years.
Everywhere in Indiana.
There's Trey, and
He blow the whistle.
Up.
Blow the whistle. Trey's saying,
blow
the whistle, man.
Braden Tinker.
Well, we got guys, listen, those lines got to be getting tired.
That's fourth in a mile.
That's fourth in the on-ramp to I-465.
Yeah, well, you got a ways to go on this one. Well, the fumble didn't help, and the penalty didn't help. So
no.
Let's get a good punt here.
Well, traffic seems to be going pretty good out there on 70, though.
Well, that's one spot.
That's true. It's a brutal stretch.
At some point, you can't even go on I-70 when you get to Indianapolis.
No.
It's closed.
Well,
there's going to be offsides, I believe, on us.
Yeah, I mean, there was a time I wanted to go to.
They're calling that on.
They're calling that on them.
And them.
You think it's a pickup of 47?
No, I don't think so. It's going to be 5, though.
We'll take 5. I'll take it. We came up here, folks, and we walk in, and Eastern Hancock had drinks for us, but in the back here they have food in the hospitality. Well, kind of like Mr. Denny does. Had pulled pork right up here.
Pulled pork. And
I can't eat before a game.
I might eat at halftime though.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see.
If I had a citrus kick, I'd have one.
There's a decent kick, and let's see if that can give us a good bounce. Good, it does. And just enough of a bounce that they're not going to touch it. And
that's a great kick.
Going to let that go dead, so that'll stop the clock with 8:23 here in the first half left. So
21-0.
Eastern Hancock will take over on about their own 45, it looks like.
Labor Day weekend.
Yeah.
It's the end of summer, Coach.
That's what they say.
Well,
doesn't have to be.
Forecast doesn't look like it is.
It doesn't have to be.
There's a semi pulling another semi that's pulling a truck.
Gas prices are so high these days. Just you tow me for a while, and I'll tow you for a while.
Did you have a dream once to be a trucker?
Well, back in about 1977, I was either going to go blow up the Death Star or I was going to become Snowman from Smokey and the Bandit. Yes. There's a carry and nice tackle made by Luke Powers.
What do you think an engineer does when they watch that? Because, the Death Star was designed, but it had that one hole. One flaw.
Yeah. At that point, I didn't get that deep into it, but I did.
What are you saying?
Enjoy it. I don't know.
I'm a nerd.
No.
Have you thought about those things? Favorite Star Wars character? Go.
Okay. Boba Fett.
Okay.
There's a pass off to number 11 this time. I think that's
catch.
the first time we've called his
first
name.
Down.
That's Redmond. He's a junior. That's the first time he's made a pass to him. One thing I've noticed is you can tell they've gotten a lot of reps throwing to these guys. They have good hands. And this young quarterback throws a good ball.
Star Wars favorite character, Chewbacca for me.
Chewbacca?
Yeah. Reminds me of Scott Stafford.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard Scott Stafford speak?
Oh, that's going to be – well, that's a late whistle.
Something. What do we got?
They're going to call them lined up offside, so – or somebody wasn't on the line. Have guys on the line is what my guess is because they're calling it a false start, but I don't think he was up on the line.
Hey, I want to appreciate somebody in
appreciate him all the way.
Well, I am. Terry Gillespie reminded me to change the quarter, and I need to do that. If Mr. Producer was on the road with us, he'd have it taken care of.
You need a few more things to do up here.
Yeah, I know. Well, and then we've got Mrs. Producer.
Yeah.
She says that she likes All Sport over Gatorade.
Okay.
Remember All Sport?
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. Still around. Powerade.
Han Solo did shoot first. It just came in from Mr. Producer. He wants to know about the hot dogs, too. Terry, I think I got the quarter for you.
We've
apologize.
got pulled pork up here tonight, so we probably won't do the hot dog, but we've had hot dogs for lunch here for a couple of days. So.
Yeah,
they've been good, but
they've been delicious. Who took the timeout? What did we?
I think that was. Yeah, I don't even know.
I think it was Eastern Hancock. I'm putting that. I'm going to go put it on their side.
Well, we had the penalty, and then something happened, and then hot dogs and
Star Wars. There they go. Handoff here. He's got a lot of room. That was a big block. Nice tackle made.
Trey Adams was able to trip him up there before that was going to go for a big run. And he's a freshman, Kubi.
So the crowd here 24. Getting into the initial block. I heard some oohs and ahs.
They're probably excited for some of these young kids to do well, and just like we are for our guys. We've got a quarterback that's a freshman, and the running back right next to him right now is a freshman. Staying with the trips right. There's a throw. Oh, if there we had somebody back there. Corbin couldn't get to it, but it was tipped up in the air. So that falls incomplete. So I bring up third and about 7.
Had a question in the chat.
Okay.
Asking us when Travis was going to be eligible.
Well, that's a great question. Travis will be ready to play next week. Talk to him. We both talked to him on the field.
Wes-Del Sports Network fans, if you don't know, Travis Bunch is
on the sideline over there.
He's on the sidelines. He's got next week. He'll suit it up. It's been about 3 or 4 years since he's played, but he's back out playing with the Warriors. He got away from
broken tackle.
Broke Grayson Mealy's tackle. Finally knocked down by
that's
Corbin Price. And we got an injured Warrior. And that is.
I'm not sure who that is yet, but Tony Cox will make his way out there.
They're going to have an injury timeout. That's just off your screen. First, I initially thought it was Luke Powers, but I don't know.
No, it's not.
I see Luke. I see 78 out there.
I don't want to guess because I never want to get parents to get
to
get worried. I think I know who it is, but we're going to wait until we get confirmation here.
Well,
I think that we have the best trainer in the world, Tony Cox.
He's out there talking to him.
So he'll talk him through this.
See if
we've got 2 trainers out there. Hopefully it's just a win.
We've got 2 counties covered right here, Hancock and Henry.
That's right.
With those trainers. I think he's going to go. I think he's going to
Here comes Coach Knuckles.
On his own here.
It's one of these hard things to do as a head coach because
well, the other thing
there's nothing that we know how to do, obviously, as coaches.
He's up.
Got the best.
He's up. He's on his own.
That's Dallas Godby. So, Dallas, let's hope he just got the win.
He is standing on his own, and he's walking off on his own. We'll show you that on camera now that he's up. And there he is.
Yeah, Antonio will take him over the sideline. He won't let him come back in until he's ready.
Great sign that he's walking off on his own. So there you go. You can clap at home.
Last play resulted in a first down, so it's going to be 1st and 10 here for Eastern Hancock. With 6:36 to go here in the first half. Back to pass.
Looked like a little early movement, but
that's
Voles.
Finds the slot receiver. Voles underneath.
They're good timing on the receivers. Got, like you said, a lot of experience because to me it almost looks like they're just right there on the snap.
You know what's impressive to me as a freshman is that he can go through all those reads.
Yeah.
And get to those reads that quickly as a freshman. So
I've seen college quarterbacks can't do that.
He found you could tell that wasn't the first guy he was looking for. So through his progression, he found his slot receiver who obviously he's thrown to quite a bit this year already. He had 13 catches coming into tonight. There's a handoff. the freshman.
24, great tackle.
Grayson
great
Mealy.
initial tackle.
I think Grayson Mealy grabbed him and didn't let go. And, yes, that's Grayson that comes down. And then
There's a couple of them in there.
Lucas Young.
Yeah, Lucas Young. That's who I saw.
That was Grayson Mealy's tackle. Lucas Young just pushed him over as Grayson grabbed him around the hip. And that's what you want. You want those guys hitting them up there. And it's going to be third and short now.
Yeah, let's go defense.
Around the outside.
Come on. Come on.
We got to make one guy. He's got one guy to miss, and he slides right in the pylon for a touchdown.
And that's going to – no flags. I don't see any, Coach. There's your –
favorite thing about coming here.
There's your horn. Toot, toot.
Would our youth players and cheerleaders please report to the Eastern.
That's senior night.
Yeah, it's going to be a little longer. Well, they did senior night, but let me look here. I've got it right here.
They'll do it 9 times.
Well, there's a youth football and the cheer clinic and
folks
marching
get a long
band performance.
Folks, you'll have a long halftime to go
20,
get yourself something to eat.
20 minutes, so we can come back and talk about Star Wars or something.
Yeah.
Or football or
whatever you want.
Whatever. Talk about things that we have coming up.
Put a topic in the chat. You never know what you'll.
Extra points good.
And now they're shooting.
Well, they've been doing that. But
oh, they have?
I don't know what they're shooting over here, but. So that makes it 28-0 with 5:20 to go here in the first half.
I'm going to take a look at the schedule here. I'm going to pull it up.
Well, we know we're home next week against Tri, so that'll be a home game.
Tri's got a solid team this year,
yeah,
Coach.
They do, and we'll be right at home. They'll bring, the Titans? Tri-Titans? They'll be heading our way next week.
Guess what else is tomorrow? I don't know if you talked about it. It's the Marion Invitational for the cross-country team.
There you go. That's always a fun one for them.
It's at Indiana Wesleyan, correct?
Coach David Lamb will be taking the high school team.
You think they run by your statue?
I think they don't. I don't think they do. I think they miss that.
It's a shame.
Yeah. They'll go around it at one point.
And then it looks, if we're looking forward on Tuesday, that is a girls golf. They're at Jay County. It's a
volleyball's all the way next week. I know that. We are at Cowan for a Coaches versus Cancer night at Cowan next week, and then at the Noblesville Invitational that next following weekend. Trey Adams picks it up at about the 10. He's cutting around the outside, upfield.
Keep going, Trey.
And then able to pick up several yards and get back to about the, looks like 24, 23.
And then the girls golf are also in action on Wednesday, September 7th. They're away at Blue River.
All
girls volleyball middle school. They played Delta Middle School.
Okay.
And then you said that the girls' varsity's at Cowan that night. And then Thursday, golf's at Monroe Central. Boy, the golf is busy next week. Volleyball middle school is home versus Daleville.
How many meets is that for golf? A bunch, isn't it?
Yeah,
how many boxes of balls would you need to go?
For me?
To play that many?
For me?
Yeah.
I'd be on box 12 by now. You played with me.
Yeah. Neither one of us are what I would call great golfers.
I wouldn't
There's
say
a handoff.
stellar. I wouldn't say stellar.
I want to say that was Thornburg. Not much room for him on that one.
And next Saturday is the volleyball Noblesville JV invitation. I think you said that.
Well, I think it's varsity.
It is?
Yeah,
It says JV. Well, okay.
I mean,
all right.
I'm not saying that's been wrong before, but I drove to Yorktown one time and ended up in Virginia. So,
yeah, it did say that. That's a true statement. Watch your event link, folks. You never know where you'll go. Don't use Google Maps. That's a nice play.
Run
nice
by
run.
Thornburg. Hold on to that thing. There you go.
There's a great run by Alec Thornburg. Nice job by the guys up front, giving him some room.
Gave him some room.
And he's a shifty guy.
He did some work on his own. Again, first night he's getting the start here. He's going to get better at this.
Every rep. Every rep he's going to get better.
As he continues to get opportunities and reps, he's going to get better and better.
I don't know.
Clock's running at 3.
Construction
just
night
under
seems
4.
like a weird.
It is kind of funny to me, I guess. So be right here off of 70.
Right off 70. They need some orange barrels.
They do. And maybe it's neon night.
Why do we go with construction?
Well,
vest?
we did that the other night.
Did we?
Your son had one on.
Oh.
Here we go. Handoff again. Thornburg, this time he's caught at the line of scrimmage.
Al Thornburg, left there for Warriors, taken down again by Wes-Del Warriors. No gain in play.
Trying to figure out, we got a number or two out there that we don't have on our roster. So
We do?
52 is not one of our roster guys, I don't believe.
Maybe we're dressing a coach.
If we are, it's not Harlan. I see him. 52 right
You
here.
sure it's not 62, Brayhill?
No, it's not.
Got your
I see
glasses
62.
on?
I do. Pretty sure it's not Coach Richards.
What do we got? Delay game?
Yes.
Timeout Warriors.
Nope, timeout. I got to sit for a second. This standing has got me,
All right.
got me all
Rest,
worked up.
yeah, rest your back. Yeah, it's holiday weekend.
Yeah, that it is, Edward.
Yeah, it is.
That it is. Doing anything?
Well, volleyball day tomorrow.
Well, we've established that.
Yep.
What about Sunday?
Sunday, I've got two major things going on Sunday. We'll be heading to Lebanon like we do every year for a cookout. That's where my wife's family is. We'll head there and spend the day there, and then I'll be with you in the evening for our fantasy football draft.
Oh, that's true. Forgot about that.
And then Monday, I am doing at this point.
Nothing.
I feel like I'm doing nothing, and that's what I hope it stays at. But
That's a good. It's always a good day to recoup
chances are,
before you get yourself back in there.
yeah.
Working hard in that physical education and health area.
Well, it is Labor Day, so I work bell to bell, period to period. So I want to make sure I get that day off, Labor Day. Work the workforce.
Well, work a little bit more. What are we on here? Third down, fourth down?
Fourth down, and we've got Carter back to punt. We've yet to see the fake this year.
And we won't see it here either.
The high kick. Let's get a good bounce. We need a good bounce, and we need it to
get it now, boys.
Touch
get it now,
it,
boys.
Grab it.
There we go.
We
When it bounces that way, we want to touch it.
Well, we want the clock to run, but we don't want
2:44 to go in the first half of play with Eastern Hancock leading 28-0.
We're going to start at the 49, just on this side of their part of the field.
Kicked by Carter Flynn of the Warriors. He placed at the 44 for the Rose.
Until I got to Wes-Del, Eastern Hancock was a school that I really didn't have a lot of contact with. We didn't ever play them at Blackford and didn't really know them from some of the other schools I coached at. We just didn't play them a whole lot. So
No.
they've always been great to us when we've been here. They've been very nice.
No, yeah, I agree with you. I mean, Coach Spalding, their AD, he's also their basketball coach. He's always been hospitable.
Back to pass. He's going to run.
Flushed out of the pocket, and he's going to tuck that one in.
And he pushed out of bounds.
He's knocked out of bounds, and that's
Corbin Price.
had several Warriors in the backfield giving him some heat. So
We've heard that he would do that at times when there's nothing open. He'll tuck it and run. He's done that a few times. As you look at the stats this year, he's not run a lot, but he's averaging, when he does run, he's averaging about almost 5 yards a carry. So he's just short of that on that one. Picks up about 4. Be second down and 6. Right on the 40. There's a fake.
coming
Back
this way,
out here
right
to
to
the
Bowles.
slot receiver, Bowles.
And he's shifty. Hang on. Make that tackle. That's number 4
That's
for us.
John Justin. Able to hold on to him and make the tackle.
2:25 now. That's moving the change, stopping the clock. Did you ever think about your CB handle?
I probably did.
Did you ever come up with one?
I don't know. I guess it's been a while.
He's back to pass again.
50
He's
years.
going deep.
He's got him. He's wide open, and
Overthrew.
I don't know what happened there. I
Well,
don't know why he didn't try to grab that.
I don't know. It was right there. We were a little late on
Maybe
it.
it was longer than it looked, but boy, it sure looked like he.
Well, you
was
can
gonna
ask him.
touchdown. Well, I don't think I will, but it sure looked like it was there. Maybe it was overthrown more than we could
That
tell.
kid's a
from
freshman.
this
He's got a nice setup and delivery, everything.
intended receiver was Bowman there.
That would have been Bowman's first touchdown of the year. He's gonna want that one back.
Here we go.
They're gonna
try
do it
to throw
again.
it again.
Same play.
And he's open across the middle and knocked down. Nice play by Trey Adams.
Trey Adams has made some really nice plays on defense. Well, we won. And having him in basketball, we know the athlete that he is, but it's just his intelligence also. And I will say this. If there's any flaw in that kid's whole setup, it's his morning. He's not a morning person. You ever see him come into first period?
Yeah, he looks like a zombie.
Yeah. It's a good thing he has strength and conditioning. It wakes him up.
Back to pass again. This time he finds his receiver, and he's going to catch that and be
still in bounds.
Inbounds.
They're cranking that clock.
Well, I think that'll be a first down, so they'll stop it, though.
I know it's still a running. They just stopped it.
Yeah, it shouldn't be. And now they're going to crank it.
They like to move, though. Doesn't bother them.
Move it. Here we go. Back to snap it, handoff.
Oh.
Right up the gut.
Make a tackle. There we go. We got two guys right there making a tackle. That was Thornburg. And John Justin.
John Justin there.
John Justin and Alex Thornburg, the Warriors. 8-yard gain on the play.
They're going quick. Trying to get this score.
Minute 22 to go.
They got us to jump.
Offsides on us, I think.
It was. I think that's actually going to be.
It's Dallas. It's good to see Dallas back in the game.
Yeah, he's back in after the injury. And he's not only is he back in, he's ready to play.
I was trying to time that one. I mean, when you're this close, go ahead, try to get it.
Minute 19, and this is going to be first and goal. Good crowd. Good crowd for both Eastern Hancock and good support for our fans also.
A snap.
Some
pressure on by Brock Nauman.
Pressure by Brock.
Pushes him out of there.
And he's met right at the goal line. And somebody just got hurt.
And that's 52, whoever 52 is.
I think that's Brock Nauman.
No, Brock's over here.
Oh, sorry.
I don't know. 52 is not on our roster.
He's going off on his own, but I think it was his hand.
I'll see if I can tell when they take the helmet off who it is.
It was his hand. He met him right at the goal line, tried to make a nice tackle there. I think he got his hand in part of the gear of Eden, part of his equipment, because it looked like that was what the situation was. And we might get an update.
We're going to rush Mason Skinner out there to take his spot. I cannot see who it is. I'm going to have to figure that out at halftime.
You do that. And if you come across a pork burger, let me know.
Well, this guy can kick.
Yeah. 35-0. And there's about 59.5 to go.
Well, yeah, I look at it. That's just under a minute.
Well, that's almost like a Yogi Berra. It's a Yogiism.
Yogi the Bear?
Yogi. Did you know?
No.
Here's what I'm going to tell you.
All right.
I love the Yankees. You know that. A lot of people hate me for that. Yogi Berra.
That's not why a lot of people hate you.
It couldn't be more true. There's a list.
But if you want to add it, that's what you want to think, go ahead.
There's a list.
Go ahead.
Okay. Well, Yogi Berra, Ted Williams, you know two of our veterans.
Yeah.
You knew that, right?
I love baseball. You know that.
Okay, but
I've heard those two.
Military veterans. Did you know that?
Yes.
Did you know Yogi Berra has a Purple Heart?
No, I did not.
He really does.
I did not.
He has a Purple Heart. And here's the situation. He was a gunner on D-Day.
So for some reason, I think there's going to be a picnic basket
involved
in this joke.
It's the truth.
Well,
I didn't know it either.
I knew that.
I didn't know it either.
And was a fighter airline or
another piece of trivia I want you to pick up. Let's see if you can figure this. What? I don't know why.
Let's see what happens on this kickoff.
I will,
it's
but
just short. Then Trey Adams will pick it up at the 20, and here he goes forward. He's going to get back to about the 28. And that's where the Warriors will take over with 53 seconds to go here in the first half.
Well, Yankee was involved in every one
Joe DiMaggio
of their World Series championships from the post-World War II on.
Yogi Berra.
Yes. And that means he had to coach.
Right.
on those teams in the 70s, and there was nothing that happened in the 80s.
No, the 80s were bad for
Yes, and that's when I grew to love them. Donnie Baseball. But Yogi Berra was either a player or a coach on every one of those championship teams. And then the thing that people don't understand, they would say, well, he was with them that whole time. No, he was with the Mets.
For a while, yeah.
He was a manager, I think, at the Mets.
I think he may even have played a year for the Mets.
Yeah, his final year.
Oh, there's a fumble.
Did we not get back on that one? I want to say 1965 he was on the Mets.
Yeah, there's a fumble, and
Did they take it? Yeah, they took it.
we weren't able to get that back.
And
so.
the clock is now running. Are they stopped?
Not till second half.
No, it was running. You didn't see it. They ran a little bit more off of it than they needed to. Anyway, sorry folks if you're not a baseball trivia. The Purple Heart one is true. You can look it up. I want you to look it up at halftime.
No, I don't want to. I believe you.
He got wounded in the hand, which couldn't have been terrible because he went on to have a great baseball career.
Hall of Famer.
Ted Williams was a pilot, I believe.
He was in the Air Force.
How are the Cardinals?
A lot of people don't realize. You go back and look at those guys' numbers. They gave up some years of service in the military. Yeah,
prime years.
And that's still put up some impressive numbers.
They're going to take it to that. They're going to take it down.
Yeah, they took a knee there.
Yep. So that's how it'll end. It's going to be 35-0 at halftime. And, folks, it's going to be an extended halftime here at Eastern Hancock as they do some senior night festivities along with some cheerleading. I think they have the Pee-wee football guys, the lower-level football guys. So what we're going to do is give you some time to stretch your legs, go in, get the pizza rolls out, make some pizza rolls. Boy, those sound good right now. You know, get some popcorn. You know, that might not be a bad idea for us. Anyway, we're going to take an audio break, Coach. You got anything real quick?
Well, again, young team. Watch our coaches coach them up. We talked about the positivity. We, as fans, remain positive. We need to make sure that the best thing we can do for our players right now is to tell them we're proud of them. So I know that right now they're going to, again, extended halftime. Couldn't be better for us to have an extended halftime. We'll go down here, talk, get some water, get off our feet for a few minutes, let the coaches talk, and then come in and give those guys a pep talk and keep fighting because we're playing for the future of Wes-Del football. If it doesn't happen right now in this game, small strides. So, that's what they're going to do here at halftime.
Well, let's go play for a future pork burger.
I'm in.
All right. We're going to take an audio break here for probably about 15 minutes on the Wes-Del Sports Network. We'll be back with you for second half of action from Eastern Hancock. We'll see you in about 15.
Hey, we're back here on the Wes-Del Sports Network. At halftime, you know, one of the things, if you've watched before, that I'd love to do is surprise Mr. Mealy with interviews. So we have a halftime interview for you. We have Athletic Director Kai Denny up here. How you doing tonight, Mr. Denny?
I'm doing quite well. I wish the halftime score was a little different, but I'm definitely enjoying watching these kids. They play hard, and I enjoy watching them get better every week, and I'm sure this second half we will see some improvement, and the coaches will make the adjustments needed for us to be competitive this second half.
Well, and we talked about this before we lead into our next topic, but I really, just talking to the guys in the hallways, and I know you do too, what a lot of positivity we have. That starts with our coaching staff and then feeds right down to our players, but it's one of the things that Coach Mealy and I were talking about is, you know, these guys just want positivity. They want to win, and if you don't want to be positive, they don't want you around. So, you know what? We're going to roll with the guys that are here. They're going to give us everything they have, and we know that, and they're going to give us a good effort. So I know that both of us are, as coaches, and you as athletic director, are proud of the effort and the amount of coaching that's going on right now.
Absolutely. 11 years doing this here at Wes-Del, and I've never been as proud of a group of guys as what I am this group, starting with the coaches all the way down to the last player. These kids have stayed positive, and they are trusting the process. Our seniors that are there are being good leaders, and I'm telling you, we are going to get better. Like I said, every week, and the coaches, I mean, they'll show me game film, and they'll show me what these kids are doing, and they're doing a lot of positive things. And unfortunately, the score isn't showing it right now, but they play hard, and honestly, they are physical. And like I said, it's a process, but with the positivity and the fact that these kids work hard and come to practice with a good attitude every day, that's all a coach can ask for. And not one of our coaches has said these kids are a great group to coach and fun to coach. So.
Yeah, and I know one of the things you as an athletic director, you want to set all the teams up for success and try to have as much success as possible. And when you're young like this, and we're playing such established programs, you know, that's tough to do for a young coach. But I know that you're helping with that, and you're helping set this program and football program up for success. So good things will happen in the future.
Absolutely. We work every year on this schedule, and like most people know, we've dropped a few teams from the schedule that are currently in our conference, and we're replacing them. We've only got one left to replace week 5, and I think I'm really close to signing a contract there, but it's going to be all right. Next year, this schedule is going to look a lot different, and these kids are going to have a lot of success on the field.
They sure will. And that moves us on to some other successes that we've had, and we're going to move that right into tomorrow's action, the 13th annual Kay Saunders Classic. You want to talk a little bit about what's going on tomorrow?
Absolutely. We got another packed field, a lot of good teams. It's a competitive tournament every year, invite I should say. Coach Wilson, Coach Biff, whatever we want to call him, does an outstanding job helping me prepare for it. It's actually one of the easiest days of the year for me. I walk in and everything's set up, but we've got a great group, and this group of teams have been there for a number of years, and they love the invite. I like to think we do a good job hosting it, but like I said, it's very competitive, and the teams I think are well matched, and I like our chances tomorrow. The girls have definitely starting to turn it on and getting some confidence, and we're rolling, and I'd love to see I'd love to hand that trophy to them tomorrow. That makes it a lot of fun.
That would be great. They've played well after that second set, and from about the second set on at Wapahani, they've played really well and been a lot of fun to watch. So tomorrow is, like we talked about earlier, is pool play. You know, everybody will play in their pool, and then we'll have a crossover game to determine different places depending on how you finish in your pool.
Right.
So a big day of volleyball tomorrow, and it's neat. If you've never been to the Kay Saunders Classic, we'll have 2 courts going on at the same time. So we're also going to have 2 live streams going and a whole lot of stuff. Now, I'm not going to live stream both games at once, but
right.
But
you're good enough to do that.
I am not, but we'll even try to get you up there a little bit tomorrow if you get a chance.
That'll be a lot of fun. And the pool play. Just so everyone knows, we play the second game in our pool, which. You know, we try to set a time, but we never go by like an exact time.
Right.
Knows when the first game finishes and you get warmed up, you're starting the second game. But we play Hagerstown to start the day. And Hagerstown's actually a former champion of the invite. Not this past year, we won, but in the past they've won. They were always competitive. So we're in the same pool with Hagerstown, Blackford, Mississinawa. So I think that
And then there's some on the other side. I know we have Marion and
Tipton,
Tipton,
Western, Bishop Luers, and Marion. So,
okay,
a lot of good teams. There's a few unknowns there. I know Biff, he does his best he can to watch and see and scout all these teams, but scouting 17 is pretty tough this early in the season.
Well, it's fun to get teams from different areas, I think. I mean,
yeah.
I always thought that was neat as a player to play schools and people from around the state. So I know he does a good job of getting different teams in there.
Well, I can tell you that one thing I'll say about these volleyball invites, and I'd say Wes-Del, I'd rank them with anybody. These girls are fed well. That's all I'm going to tell you. I mean, they are fed well. Our parents,
yes, they are.
It's a smorgasbord.
I'll be there.
And I hear, this individual might be watching tonight. I'm not sure, but I hear the best sloppy joes, maybe in the state, will be there tomorrow. And so hopefully you guys get the opportunity to enjoy that.
To try those out, I can't wait. So tomorrow at 10 a.m. if you want to watch Wes-Del, you can come watch us live right there at Wes-Del. If not, you can pick us up on the live stream. We'll be broadcasting those, and like you said, maybe 10, maybe a little after.
I would tune in a little earlier. That's what I would do.
And the first game will be going. We just won't be announcing that first game.
Sure.
So then you'll be able to catch us the rest of the day. We'll do every Wes-Del game tomorrow, including wherever they finish at the crossover game. Let's hope it's in the championship game.
That's my hope, and I believe they will. I really do. This group's really starting to turn it on, and they are a fun group to watch. So tune in.
Anything else going on tomorrow? Cross country somewhere?
Actually, cross countries. Both our middle school and our high school cross country teams are at the Marion Invitational, and it's they get a run at Indiana Westland tomorrow. They get a run at their course, and it is a really fun course. The kids love this race, and as you know, we have a new coach, Coach David Lamb and Coach Nanny. They are doing an outstanding job with this group. It's a big change going from one coach to the other in the middle of the season, but I think the kids are doing a good job of adjusting, and I expect to see those times get lower and lower with every race. So tomorrow,
a lot of good stuff going on. It sounds like so. Have a great rest of the weekend. We've already mentioned the fantasy football draft that will be at your house at some point.
Yeah.
So that'll be competitive as well.
Well, let's just hope that the superintendent, for all of our sakes, gets the first pick. So
listen,
if I'm pulling him out of the hat, I promise you he's going to get the first pick.
We just don't want Sloppy to. He won last year, so
I
even hate to mention that on
Well, wait
here.
a second. It doesn't matter. That guy was lucky anyway. That was like. That was just very lucky. We all know that.
Yeah, not all of his luck was great, but he did have some luck.
So the first pick will go to the superintendent, most likely, Kyle Mealy, and the second pick will go to the athletic director because he hosts.
No way.
But we'll go from there. We'll see what happens.
This is rigged already. All right. Well, thanks for coming up and joining us.
Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate you guys doing this. It's a great thing. I mean, I'm looking at the amount of people that are watching this game right now, and it is unbelievable, the people that are here and then the people that support our kids on this live stream, and I know they enjoy listening to you guys most of the time.
Well, listen, the one thing we all know is Coach Mealy and I have said many times, when we look at the number, we know there's at least 5 people huddled around the fireplace in their house watching this. So a minimum of 5.
Oh, absolutely. I can tell you right now, my father is watching this. He's become the biggest Wes-Del fan ever. He lives right there in Yorktown District, and I send him the link every week, and he will watch this and he will listen to this, and I'm just so proud of what we do here and the production we put on. And like I said, I'm going to end it with this.
Okay.
What you guys do here and what Mr. Romine does, I hear from the IHSA, and Mr. Mealy actually heard it at the Foundation golf outing this year. Heath Shanahan, who does a wonderful job, running all these live streams and stuff like that for the IHSA network, uses us as an example to everybody about the way we've incorporated our kids and the fact that you got the production we put on. I'm so happy with what we do here, and just keep doing a great job and keep entertaining these all these listeners.
Well, we'll be up for an Emmy soon, I'm sure.
Oh, all right. Okay, yeah, or maybe a
Dundee.
What it used to be called.
Well, I'm not sure, but
yeah, that one thing that we used to do. Oh, the winners. Yeah, maybe we bring back the winners.
The winners.
Yeah. You guys will definitely get the best
live stream.
Live stream.
Well, we're the only ones.
All right. Good point.
All right. Thanks.
All right, you guys have fun.
All right. That's Athletic Director Kai Denny, and we'll bring back the superintendent.
Everybody's a winner when they listen to us.
To Wes-Del on the WDSN. Are you ready to stay on here? You want to?
How much time do we have?
They haven't started the 3 minutes because they've got to roll the rest of this.
Half the band off the field.
Half the band off the field. Did a little halftime performance there.
Yeah, they did.
There's about 3 minutes to go here, and it's paused at 3 minutes. So
yeah, we can stay. We can stay.
All right, let's just stay.
I mean, are you worn out?
No. I mean,
Well, we don't
Mr.
have
Denny
any,
can wear you out, but no, that wasn't too bad.
We don't have any live stats, so we don't have any of that going on like you do at volleyball. But I can tell you this much. I saw some nice things. We mentioned this. If you didn't tune in the pregame, maybe you're late getting to this, but we've our typical starting quarterback, Triton Blevins, is out of town due to a family issue and a loss in the family. And we wish him, by the way, we want to wish Triton and his entire family our condolences for their loss. Safe travels down. It's out of state. Safe travels down there to the funeral. And our thoughts and prayers are with you and your family, as are all of the Warrior family. So Carter Flynn has stepped in his absence, and Carter has done a nice job. He had some, we talked about it early on, some nerves initially, but he settled right in there and has really done some nice things. We've been able to do a little bit with the passing game too, and some of the running game. I know on your screen it says 35-0 if you're just turning in at halftime, and yeah, it is 35-0. We're not going to tell you anything about the score that's any different than what you read. They have thrown it around a lot. A lot of their passes went to early on went to Rubel, 44, the big tight end, and then they also hit Voles, their leading receiver, several times. They've done a little bit on the ground, but not as much. It's been quick, and they understand that, Coach, we have about 12, 13 guys that consistently rotate in and out, and they were pretty quick with their offense to get back to the line and wear us out a little bit. We'll see what they do here in the second half. I'm going to predict that Wes-Del's going to move the ball a little bit better in the second half, and you're going to see us get on the board here tonight. I know we were shut out at Tri-Central, but I don't think that's going to happen here tonight. So we'll be looking for that in the second half. Some other things to look for is just consistent, as we've talked about, and I'm sure this is what Coach Nichols talked about, and that's consistent improvement every single play. And I can tell you that from experience. When I was a varsity girls basketball coach and we were going through the same type of thing, trying to build for the future and trying to really just work on us and not really worry about who you're playing. I think my halftime speech many times was, we're not concerned about the scoreboard. We're not concerned about who's on the other side and what they're doing, and we're concerned about us. And at that point, you have to just make it about you, make it about staying together. These kids need to stay together as brothers in this sport. And I've been on this side even as an athlete and as a coach, and sometimes, and this is not the case, we know our fans are great, but sometimes it's lonely, and you feel like nobody's really with us. But these boys need to know that this entire community is with them. They're young. We know that there's going to be some big things coming next year, and then the following years after that. So that's the big key here. Great coaching staff. We talked about it. You'll hear me harp on it. I'll never stop harping on how positive our coaching staff is, and that these boys are in the right hands. So getting ready to kick things off here. They're resetting the third quarter. I'll reset the time, Coach.
Yeah, they had a little bit of a extended halftime, which I think is good for us. One of the things as a coach that we would do in situations where you're down or you are young and you're learning is we don't know what goals they have set for themselves. They have second half goals or goals that are, improvement goals, to watch improvement. So a lot of times with coaches, we'll do those kind of things. Let's do this, or let's see if we can, a lot of times for us it was let's see if we can win the quarter. This half will go a little quicker. We're into the running clock now, the rest of the game. So that'll go out of bounds, and that'll give the Warriors some good field position to start.
As Coach mentioned, I believe we've hit the running clock in the second half. I think the number actually is 35, isn't it?
Yes, 35. So it's
35
right on that.
points. It's right on it. That means that the clock will run.
The only time it stops is during the timeout. Doesn't stop on change of possession
and it will never stop, right, unless it gets to a certain amount
until the end of the quarter.
But I mean,
if you go back below 35, no, it will not stop.
And there isn't a point where it ever. I thought there was a rule where once it gets under a certain number,
I don't think so.
It
In
stops
basketball,
again.
If I understand the rule correctly, which I was not totally in favor of, but in the second half, if you get to 35, it never becomes a stop clock again. So I could be wrong. We'll find out, but I don't believe so.
Interesting part to that is
if you really made a run and cut it
Yeah.
into, well, listen, I guess that's part of it. I don't know. We'll have to talk, see if we figure out somebody that's on the
that's
board.
Thornburg. That's a great starting run right there. He picked up about 5. I believe it was Alec Thornburg.
Yes, it was. Yeah, that's a nice pickup of at least 5, maybe 6.
Camera gets a better angle. But Coach, we're back here a ways at this press box. We got to
Yeah.
use our good eyes. And I don't have any.
I'm wearing glasses, so.
Looks like the
Just short of the 40 there.
elementary parents are headed out as the cheerleaders are let go.
Yeah, but you know what? That athletic director's thinking, I already got
I
your
got
money.
your money.
There's a handoff on the inside to Thornburg. Tried to cut back on that. It was a little misdirection, and it didn't work.
That'll bring up 3rd down. So no gain on 2nd down, bringing up 3rd down and about 6. 9:20 as the clock runs. Defensively in that first half, we did have some pressure on the quarterback and did have an interception in the first half. So our defense was – here's a pitch. That's Trey.
Oh,
Trey
there it
Adams,
goes.
and he's got a chance. He's close.
Let's see if
Let's
we
see
can
at
get
the
a
spot.
favorable
I think he
spot
got
here.
it. I think he got it.
Boy, it sure looks like it.
Boy, the
gonna-
spot on the other side is awful.
They're stopping it. So it's either going to be a measurement or they're calling it 4th down, just short.
Why would you give it? Make sure you're right on it, boys. It's 35-0. Make sure it's short.
We're going to see if we can lean forward here and get this half a yard.
It's all about sportsmanship, though. We got $1 million for sportsmanship posters, but we can't spot it a yard there.
Well, let's see if Carter just keeps us on a quarterback sneak. He's going to need to tuck it away quick. He does, and he's
It looks like he had it. I think the far official has him.
now they're going to give that to us.
That's why I said he's got the spot right on the line.
Yeah,
the white hat.
Now they're going
The
to
white hat's going to measure.
They're going to. Have they put the ball down yet?
No. Are they going to really measure this?
They're going to set the ball down here.
Just signal it.
Eyeball it.
Just signal it.
Well, you know what this does is, and unfortunately, the clock's just going to keep running.
It's 35-0. Just be a human being and signal the first down. Oh, for the love of Pete. I hope you know what
What's your favorite Star Wars
No,
character?
you know what I'm going to tell you right now. They better not make it, because if they've wasted this much time.
Well, listen, they've been through a lot of training.
Mm-hmm. This is fantastic officiating. Make sure you get it to the detail, boys. I hope you just ruin this and make it short. Oh my
gosh.
good Lord!
No, they're calling it just
You've
short.
got to be kidding me. Pathetic.
Well,
no, you can't talk me out of this one. Just let me go.
No, here's what I was going to say.
Pathetic.
I think if you asked Eastern Hancock coach, he'd say give him the first half.
No kidding. Pathetic.
So we'll go on defense here. Here come the Warriors' first trip on defense, and it's already down to 6:40 here.
It's 6:40 because they took 4 minutes to measure and then not give it to us.
There's a quick pass, and they're going to call a false start, I believe. Let's see. Unless they're calling lined up in the neutral zone. It's a false start. So that'll push them back 5 yards. That'll give us that 5 yards if they want to give us the ball back.
I'm so mad.
Yeah, just move on.
I can't.
Yeah, you will.
All right, the IHS rule says running clock will go into effect in any game where one team takes a lead at 35 points or more in the second half and will continue to the end of the game regardless of the margin. Thank you, Mrs. Producer.
I thought that was the rule. But
Yeah, you're always on it. Wish you were officiating.
no, I kind of do too. There's a
There
nice
we go.
cutback by
Yeah.
the freshman.
Thank goodness.
He's still going. That's
He's
a nice
going.
run and held on to there at the
They're
end.
going to measure or they're going to let them have it?
That's number 14, Skinner. with the tackle.
Taken down by Mason Skinner of the Warriors. Good for Eastern Hancock, first down.
I can't
just
get
let
it.
it go.
I can't.
Yeah.
I can't.
I got to ride home with you.
I know, but and you're going to hear about it.
I know.
Come on. It just
There's
goes.
a snap and handoff again to the freshman, 24.
Nice tackle, boys.
That's 57 on the tackle for Wes-Del.
Nice job.
It's not 57 because we don't have one.
I mean, am I wrong?
Don't bring me into this.
Am I wrong?
No, I agree with you 100%.
Well,
You just
part of our job.
for
Part of
me-
our
for
job
me
as
a-
educators is to. It's
Yeah.
not bending the rule. No one can
know.
argue with me that it's bending the rule. If it's a judgment call by the Whitehead, just give them the first down.
Yeah, and I
if
don't-
you're that close.
I don't think that, like I said, the other coach would say one word.
They
That's
dropped that
dropped.
pass.
The pass is dropped.
They hadn't. Yeah. Just
Third down and about 4 here.
that's a,
No, for me, it's just, hey, we're going to look. If it's that close we have to measure, I'm going to signal first down. Just like the other night when Bob Todd was refereeing, there was a couple of probably 2 balls that could have been called, but the score was 23-5, and
because he's a good guy.
Let him go.
Because he understands that part of this is it's education-based athletics.
Well, I never thought I'd use Bob as an
That's-
example of as a good ref, too. Here's a
There you go. Keep playing, boys.
There's a nice tackle there made by Trey. I'm trying to see what this young running back, Kubi, is. Number 24 is only a freshman for them, so they're seeing a lot of him, giving him some work tonight. Coming into this, he didn't have a ton of carries, so they're getting him a little bit of experience here. He only had 7 carries coming into tonight.
Well, that's good to see him. Yeah, I like that from Coach. Getting some guys in there with this kind of margin.
You know, and this will probably be one of those situations where he'll let his first group play this quarter, I'm guessing.
Yeah, understandable.
Yeah, sure. He's got games to play, so. And they needed some positives, too, after the
Stay
game
in there.
they played.
Stay in there.
You know, we have to remember this when we think about this score. Eastern Hancock was on the other end of this last week.
Oh, yeah.
They didn't have a lot of positives, so I'm sure they spent the week trying to get better.
Yeah. Only 3 minutes to go. Seemed like a quick quarter it was. 5 minutes were spent measuring a first down.
There's the freshman again. Stood up by
Nice, boys.
Grayson
Nice,
Mealy.
boys.
Grayson Mealy stood him up and pushed him right backwards over the pile. So it'll be second. On the, looks like about the 6 still. 2nd and 5 is what they're calling it.
Somebody better give me a pork burger. I'm getting hangry. Just don't worry. This will go full circle in basketball season when
I
I'm
know.
pulling you back.
Oh, I know. Believe me, I'm not sticking there. He's going to keep
Get
it
there,
this
get
time.
there, get there, get there, get there.
Forcing it outside. He's got one
Get
guy
there.
to beat, and he tosses it. What I'd like to see is, was there any illegal downfield?
Well, come on.
He was behind the line of scrimmage, but
He
was
was.
there anybody
That's
downfield?
what I said. Ineligible, but they won't catch that. They won't catch that.
I think,
That's okay.
No, I see. I just saw him tell the other guy he was an inch away from being.
You're supposed to be helping.
Illegal man
You're
downfield.
supposed to be helping me.
I know.
My wife wants me in anger management. Officials-based anger management. So
41-0.
stupid.
We're going to kick the extra point here.
I'm probably going to lose the FCC or whoever. It's just, I can't stand it when kids are. You got that one?
And that's good. Nice kicker.
42-0. We're going to take a quick break. I'm going to break something. We'll be back with you on the Wes-Del Sports Network. And get it.
Yeah, we're back.
Yeah, we're back. My hand's broken.
I survived that, guys.
Angry.
And the clock will start running again. And will take us down to, looks like by the time the ball's kicked off, about 1:15 left here in the third. Kick back to Trey Adams, bobbled and picked up at about the 10. Trey is out to the 15, stop there. And that's where Wes-Del will take over on offense. We'll see if Coach Knuckles wants to run a play here before the end of this third quarter. I'm sorry.
I think he should appeal for 5 minutes back.
Well, let's see if he'll have to, if they start the play clock yet.
Oh.
25-second clock has now started. They're going to have to run a play, I think.
I hope they're being
And
observed.
there they go.
I hope they're being observed.
They are by us.
They get a sectional just for that call. You guys were by the book.
This will be the last play, unless it's a pass play. This will be the last play of this quarter.
There we go.
Mason Skinner with the
Come
carry.
on, Mason.
Gets around the
Come on,
outside.
Mason. Get outside there.
Fumbles. And picked up and advanced in for a touchdown by number 15, Gavin Scroggins. He is a junior. And either that parent's still here or that semi that just went by.
We got a little
their
bit
horde.
We got something going on that side. One of our players was just saying, I don't know who that is over there, 62.
Asking if they can't advance that maybe.
I don't know, but the white hat and the side official are talking it over. And
Well, this is where we need those microphones.
maybe they should measure. I hope the clock's running.
It is. It ran out.
Yeah, good for them.
He's explaining it to Coach Knuckles.
I'm sure he's got it right. Yeah, Coach Knuckles isn't going to argue. He's a great guy. He's not me.
Yeah, well, I did see a little rub off in basketball a few times. But for the most part, he does. You're right. He carries himself great over there.
Yeah, does a great job. I do enough for everybody. What did you just call? Did they took it away with an inadvertent whistle?
Well, that's on them. And that
You know what? Now if I'm Eastern Hancock, I'm mad.
Well, yeah. Well, here's
This is just
hold on. Let's see. Let's listen.
that's a cop out.
So
They're going to replay the down.
I don't know. You know who's really upset right now? Number 15. That might be the only touchdown.
Might be the only touchdown he's had in his life.
Career.
That's why I said if I'm Eastern Hancock, now I'm mad.
I
believe inadvertent whistles are cop outs. To be honest with you. All right, that's the end of the quarter. Is that what we're doing?
That's the end.
That's
of the
the
first,
end of the first quarter.
Third quarter.
Third quarter. Sorry, I
can't do three.
You know
more
what?
quarters.
Let's take a break. Let me calm down. Take a walk. We'll be back with you here on the Wes-Del Sports Network.
And we're back here on the Wes-Del Sports Network.
So it's back to us, correct?
Yeah, they call it an inadvertent whistle. I don't know. Like you said, I don't really know what that means. I kind of feel bad for 15, even though the score's this big. Who knows if that kid will ever get another touchdown.
Well, I mean, by the way, let's just say who that
Skinner
was.
with another.
Number 15
tackle.
was Gavin Scroggins. He was a junior. Gavin, if that was your first touchdown, count it.
You have our permission.
You have our permission. You probably don't watch this, but, man, so far they've made it about them and not about the kids twice.
Well, I thought the first half they wasn't that
I
bad.
didn't think they were that bad. I'm not going to argue with the one. I already mentioned that. Could probably squash me,
Yes.
but not the white hat. I had sized him up earlier.
There's a handoff again to Skinner. I believe that's Skinner, isn't it?
I thought it might have been Thornburg.
No, that's Skinner.
Is it?
Yeah, he's
Good carry for
getting some
Mason.
carriage for Mason. And
That's
he's
good.
running
Working for the
hard.
future.
He's running hard. I think at this point, Eastern Hancock has a few of their guys out and playing some other guys. This is what they should do also.
Yeah. Folks, both
But-
teams handling it very well. I haven't seen anything to indicate.
Much better than this booth is handling it.
Yeah, I
Third,
apologize.
nah, it's all right. Third and 9
Thanks
won't
for-
be, it won't
you-
be the last time.
Well, I also like the fact that you had to add that one comment down there about I think they missed it by
Jump
an inch.
on that, get on it. And there's another loose ball.
This ball, and I think Eastern Hancock's going to signal they came up with it.
Number 3 for Eastern Hancock, it looks like, and that's Sipes, a sophomore. Let me real quick mention some people here.
Yeah, let's
Look-
go
look-
over. Let me go over there and look at them. You going for the cheerleaders?
Yeah, cheerleaders.
All right, let's
Riley Lozader, Mary Kate Dunnick, Delaney Huffman, Tori Clark, Mackenzie Whitehead, Hayden Browning, Lena Bertram, Felicity Pippin, Ava Whitmire, Gracie Drake, and Bailey Combs. If there's anyone on there or any mistakes, we apologize. But those coaches, again, Tori Purdue and Tiffany Gaddis are over there, and I watch them. Thank you for all the hard work, cheerleaders, and all the great throughout the year, the job that you do cheering on our Warriors.
This one handed off here. Just missed
Number
that tackle.
27, there's coming
a
back.
flag.
That's coming back.
I believe it was a chop or a block in the back. Maybe a hold.
So Lucas Young got held.
They're getting them all.
We've talked about, too, our coaches. Let's mention them. Assistant
Great coaching
coaches.
staff.
Assistant coaches Daniel Hansen, Kyle Richards, Eric Harlan, Caleb Stevens, Mason Whitted. And then, of course, our head coach, Matt Knuckles, all doing a great job here. We have managers tonight, Savannah McComb, Macy Mitchell, Olivia Davis, Taylor Watt, all doing a great job.
Well, thank goodness that they are calling this slow because we're down to 9 minutes now.
Yeah.
Just put the ball down and let these two teams play. No matter what the score, just let the kids play. Put the ball down, reset it. You guys have made me mad. The throw, he dropped that one.
They've got a different quarterback in at this point.
What number is that? I was trying to look that up.
14. That's Manship. He's a freshman also.
Well, if you're Manship, you got to say,
I believe that's who it is. I'll double check. But
Yeah,
yeah,
say man.
14.
you know, I'm backup and I'm a freshman. The other
Other guy's
starter's
a
a
freshman.
freshman.
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll work him in somewhere.
Backup quarterback, you need to be ready. You never know when it's going to be your turn.
Could be
You're
QB2
one
to
injury
QB1.
away. Oh, and there's a fumble.
Get on it, boys.
Still loose. Oh, we had an opportunity. But they were able to recover.
That ball came out of there a couple times.
Squirted out 53 for them. A big lineman fell on top of that one. That
Good
was
hustle by our team, though.
Joseph Hollenbaugh. He's a 6'2" sophomore. I think that's good. I would think it was 50, 53. I think.
Great hustle by the Warriors. They were right back there on top of it.
2nd and 34. 3rd and 34. I'm sorry.
Get in there and make that tackle.
That one's coming
another
back again.
Another one. You're getting some of the younger guys in there, and there's going to be a few more penalties here and there.
That's going to be a hold on them
There's
again.
about 7 minutes to go. Okay, there was 7:25 when the flag was thrown. What time do you think they snapped the next ball?
Well, they got to mark off this 10
Wait.
yards.
And they got to figure out what they're doing.
You know, see if Coach.
Hang on.
He does have to see if Coach Knuckles wants to accept the penalty.
I understand all that.
He's declining it because it's already 3rd, and so they'll just put it right back down there, and it'll be 4th down, I believe.
Should be 4th down.
Is that right? I can't. The scoreboard and the line judge are not on the same page
So
over
it's
there.
7:25. The play was called. We haven't snapped the ball yet. We're taking it back.
Now we're going to march it forward to where the play ended up, which I don't. Yeah, okay.
So we put it down
So it's fourth
there.
down. It's fourth and ways still.
Okay, we're getting set. 6:30. A minute ran off the clock because of the penalty.
That was offsides, and they just called it. There's another penalty on them. Good for us because they just caught it.
Well, it is and it isn't because the clock's running out.
Yeah.
I mean, we can't get any reps because.
Fourth down here. False start. I'll take that one. That one you can't decline.
Nope, you can't. You got to take it.
Well, it's fourth down anyway, so you would want to. And here we go. The 25-second clock has started, and there's about 6 minutes left to go in this game.
And it's not even 9 o'clock yet.
Snap. Thrown across the middle. Just short, and that means that the Warriors will take over on downs right there at their own, or I'm sorry, no, at their own. It is going to be on the, 35-yard line it looks like?
Coach, we're going to move the ball right here.
34-yard line.
We're going to move the ball.
All right.
Mark it down.
That ball is spotted, and almost we're getting the Wes-Del ball out there, and we'll be ready to go. Eastern Hancock has several reserves in, too.
Hey, you know what we need to mention? Middle school team, I believe, is 2-0.
That's awesome.
That is awesome.
There's a pitch out to, I think that's Mason Davis, I believe. Number 11, yes, Mason Davis.
Yeah,
his first carry.
So our middle school football team has beaten Eastern Hancock and Shenandoah.
Awesome.
2 big wins.
Now, we have 2 middle school teams, right? Or you 5th and 6th grade team and a
the 5th and 6th
eighth
grade team, I think, is 1-1 maybe.
Okay.
I may be wrong. If Mr. Purdue's watching, I know he can correct me. But I think they may be 2-0. So, folks, the future is definitely bright for Wes-Del football. You've got this young group right here that will match in with I think we have 12 8th graders playing right now.
Just got a there's a bit pitch backwards. Fall on that, boys. I think we did. Just got a text from Coach Giesman. He's in Florida watching the game.
Is he?
Yeah, he's watching us, and he wanted to say go Warriors. He didn't like that call either, but he said you just push that ball just forward a little bit if you're the official. But just wanted to say good luck to the Warriors.
2-1. 2-1. 5th and 6th grades, 2-1. Mr. Producer. He just texted me.
Sweet.
So right now the middle school program is 4-1 combined. Fantastic.
And, one of the things, here we got a timeout maybe.
Timeout, Wes-Del.
Wes-Del calls a timeout. And
Clock's
that is
still running. Clock's still running.
Clock's
still running.
Shouldn't. He's waving his hands. So.
Still running.
And they finally they figured it out. So one of the things that Mr. Denny did mention when we was up here is that he's helping out a little bit as an athletic director for success. And one of the things that he can do to help us is he's going to help work on the schedule as we're young. Doesn't mean we couldn't play a team like Eastern Hancock again in the future. But right now we need to help build this program and help our kids with success and play some teams that are probably a little more to where we're at as a program.
Yeah.
And, that's not a bad thing. People will look at that sometimes and say, well, why aren't you just playing Eastern Hancock? You played them last year, right? Well, you know what? We're not saying that we don't want to play Eastern Hancock again at some point, but for a year or two, we need to help build this program, help our kids, help our coaches, and help everyone have success. And that's exactly what we're going to do. And you're going to see that success, and you'll see our kids continue to get better.
Mrs. Brewer in the chat said shout out to number 3 leading, and that's Carter Flynn. She's watching and saying he's doing a great job. He is. He's doing a nice job tonight.
All the Warriors are doing
All
great.
of them are doing great.
There's a snap and a handoff. And push backwards. That is Mason Skinner again with the carry. Well, Mason Skinner's getting an opportunity.
Well, I looked over on the sidelines. Coach Knuckles is playing everybody. I mean, we're getting a lot of guys in, even at line, that are getting some reps. And, when you don't have a JV team because of your low numbers.
It's important.
It's important, and he does the right thing. And I've seen it every game. He's playing all those guys, putting them in and out. And I wish that you at home could sit. We eat lunch with these guys a lot during the week, and I'm in meetings with them. And I wish you could just hear these guys talk.
Oh, there's a big high snap. Carter's going to get it out of there, run it, see if he can still get a punt off. And he doesn't. And then see if what are they calling here? There was a safety.
That was a safety. Bad snap. That was Grayson.
Well,
I believe it was Grayson. Well, I don't know. He might have had
not sure it was.
I don't know.
Anyway,
it doesn't matter.
Anyway,
what I was saying was.
Go ahead.
Here's what I was saying.
I know what you were going to say. Go ahead.
I'll tell you exactly what I was saying.
Tell me.
They're never pessimistic about anything. Always, and I'll tell you about what I like about both Mr. Hansen and Mr. Knuckles is today they told me, well, we're just building for the future, and we talk about that a lot, but every conversation they have with these kids is about how good it's going to be and how a lot of these older guys are going to be able to come back and say, I was a part of the foundation that set that.
Yeah.
I was a part of – you have to go through the struggle. You have to have the struggle before you get the reward. And that's what I think these kids have to realize. And it's hard for kids today, and I sound old, but because they live in a world where they see instant success on social media because they see nothing but highlights. We didn't always have that when we were younger, the instant highlight. And so what they have to realize is all the work that goes in for you to have a successful program, for you as an individual to be successful, and they're doing that.
Right.
They're in the weight room. Their coaches are behind them. Their community's behind them. That's the biggest thing. I said it earlier. They just don't want to feel like they're alone and on an island. And that was an accident there by
that poor kid.
He was getting ready to block for him, and like I said, same thing with those guys. They're learning.
Right.
And that's the key.
Well, that's what sports are about at this age.
Yes.
How many of these guys on either team are going to play in the NFL?
And honestly,
none of them. So.
The reason I got so upset earlier is because I always err on the side of the kid.
Right.
If it's an inch away from a first down, just give them the inch. Err on the side of the kid.
So after the safety, that was a safety, so we had a free kick. That makes the score 44-0. So the
44?
Yeah, with the safety, it's 2 points.
I thought. I forgot. No, I forgot to take the. There was a touchdown I forgot to take off.
All right.
That's what happened.
There's a carry and a tackle made. Let's see. Looks like Malachi Dubois wearing.
It's good to see him back in.
Tonight.
By the way,
yeah,
he was the one that got injured there early with the hand injury in the in the second half.
I wasn't sure who it was because he's wearing a different jersey tonight, but.
Good to see him back.
Yes, made a nice tackle right there. So 43 seconds. My guess this will be the last play of the game. There's a snap and a handoff right up the middle. 22. Tackle made there on the bottom of the pile by Mason Skinner. And they won't have to run another one, and Coach won't.
You'll let it go, and folks,
that's
how it's going to end.
Coach is calling them over. That's the right thing to do.
Yep.
Those JV guys wanted, hey, can we get one more snap? And I don't blame them, but the right thing to do is to say that's it.
Great job by that coach. 44-0 is the final here at Eastern Hancock, and we're going to take a quick 30-second break, come back, and we will have a short post game as they'll want us to get out of here, Coach. I'm sure they're ready to clean up. So we'll be right back here in just about 15 seconds, actually. All right, we're back here. We said it would be a quick one. We are back, and we are not going to belabor this too many more times. We've talked about it after the last week 1 and week 2 game. We've talked about it during the game. Folks, they're young, they're working, they're building for the future, and that's really the key. Coach, what's your insights?
I just go back to what I said earlier in the game and last week. The best thing we can do is tell them how proud we are of them and just make them feel as special as we can, how proud we are that they are giving us everything and representing our community. What we have to remember is not everyone chose to do this. So these boys that have chosen to go out at the end of the day, after school's over, give another 2.5 hours in the sun and hard work and putting in the time in the weight room. This is a group that has chosen to represent your community for football, and you need to show them the thanks, and the pride that we should show in our kids that we're grateful that they are doing that. Big shout out to our coaches. I think they do a great job, and they'll continue to do a great job. Sometimes you just aren't quite ready and you're undermanned, and that's okay. That doesn't mean you quit fighting. That doesn't mean you quit playing hard. That doesn't mean you give up, and we didn't see that, and I've yet to see that. And so the guys that are still here and the guys that are going to roll with this the rest of the year, we're going to tell them how proud we are of them. Every chance we get, tell our coaches thank you every chance we get, and remember that this is a positive experience that they'll remember the rest of their lives. High school sports are about the kids, and we need to make sure that they know that we're proud of them and we're proud that they're Warriors.
One other thing I want to add, Coach, on top of that, and I think you can understand this, but it means a lot to me being the superintendent that we highlight this, but those guys out there that are leading our team, it's not just those guys that are invested in this. It's their wives. It's their kids. And that's something that I think gets missed a lot in being the parent or the spectator in the stands, is the commitment that I see out of those guys, out of you, out of all the coaches that we have, and then the commitment of the spouse and the family to what you need to see on your screen right now is those gentlemen out there are spending more time with those boys than they're spending with their own family. And I think we get lost in that sometimes, and we see these people as just coaches, and we just see them as educators, but sometimes we don't see them as human beings. So if I could impart anything on the fan and the community member is it's easy to always point the finger and say, well, we're not winning games, and I'm not going to support until we win games, or I'm going to be a fair weather fan. And I'd like to say that doesn't happen at Wes-Del, but there are people that do that. But the majority of us, 80% of us, stay with our team no matter what. We see it on Friday nights. They come out. And then those boys have moms and dads that doesn't matter what the final score is. They're proud of every moment they watch their kids because it's so short. But I guess my point tonight is you can never give up. No mom or dad will ever give up on their kid. No community can give up on their coaches, especially when you have a stand-up gentlemen and ladies that we have coaching our kids here. I am so proud to be the superintendent, and I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. And that's because of those guys. That's because of the women we have involved. It's our teachers. It's everyone involved in this program. And look right now at those kids and how they look up, and they're on one knee, they're locked in, and they're looking at their coach. And the scoreboard doesn't matter to them because they believe in what he's saying. They believe in what he's doing. And, Coach, you can see that right there on your screen. What does that tell you? You've been in that moment. He's got him right where he wants him.
Well, what it tells me is I'm very proud of Coach Knuckles because I've watched the kid grow up into a fine young man, and I'm very proud of Coach Hansen and all of our coaches as we go down the line because they're just not going to quit coaching. And it's like you said, there's a lot of people involved in coaching. There's a lot of people involved when it comes to parents. You think about our team. Probably, I don't even know what the percentage is. I want to guess 70% of our kids can't even drive yet. So parents are sacrificing just picking up and dropping off their kids.
Yep.
I couldn't say enough thank you to all the people involved, and that goes from top to bottom. So we love our kids. We love our coaches, and we love our community. Just keep saying we're proud of you. Just keep saying that it doesn't get old. And, a pat on the back to a coach from a guy that's done this for 29 years. You don't know how much those meet sometimes. So I think you said it great. we're both proud to be here. We're both proud of Coach Knuckles and his staff. We're proud of the boys. They'll keep fighting. They'll come back next week and be ready to go at home. Get a chance, come out and watch them, cheer them on. And if you can't, sit right here and watch them. But when you do see them, tell them thanks and tell them you're proud of them.
And that's where we'll end it, folks. We'll see you next week at home, and we're actually home for the next 2 weeks. So come out to Paul Parker Field and watch it in person. If not, watch it right here on the Wes-Del Sports Network. Until next time.
Tomorrow night or tomorrow afternoon, you can see me right here on the Wes-Del Sports Network, and we'll watch some volleyball.
Yeah, that's right. Watch the volleyball. Watch the girls win the K. Saunders. 13th annual tomorrow. Have a great Labor Day weekend for Coach. I'm the Supt. You've been watching Wes-Del Varsity Football on the Wes-Del Sports Network.